Go ahead and make us live.
I've clicked the button. It says you're live. There's a screen.
All right, delightful.
There we go.
So, today we have the 6th episode of the Yesrallaw Odyssey, or as it is known in the Discord server, the Yeehaw Odyssey, for reasons that are becoming less and less relevant with each subsequent episode, I might add. Would anybody like to give us a quick summary of the previous session's events, or shall I go ahead and do so myself?
Sessions plural? Yeah, go for it.
I could have an attempt at it, since I wasn't there last week.
Go ahead. That'll make things
right.
entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing happened. I stayed in camp.
Fuck you.
And then No, I'll do a real one. Let's see. At first, the session before the session of last time, I beat the ever-loving crap out of CD. And after that, we decided to go back on our way to Scrag and the rest of his gang. And we didn't find Scrag anymore. He already left to where the sun sets. So we and the Kobolds together decided to travel together to where Scrag has gone off to, which they said was not too hard, since Scrag isn't really too delicate with his footing. Let's see. I believe the first day of travel was pretty normal. I think Grace found some mushrooms. Bruce found some stuff, and also some diarrhea berries.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he only found diarrhea berries.
Laxa berries.
No, he did find the bark.
No, I thought he also found some funny mushroom shavings or something.
I got some wood shavings, yeah, in a box.
Wood shavings. That's the thing. I believe that. Oh yeah, and how can I forget Chase doing absolute warfare on the poor little fox and his family, gassing everything.
Yes. He literally hounded a fox into its den before proceeding to fill said den and all of its occupants with various biting fleas, mites, and other horrible little insect creatures. Which
one thing left, and there was nothing anymore that could leave. After he asked if there's anything else in there, which was very sad.
Yes, it was.
That poor fox and his family. If only he could not meet Chase, he would be so happy.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, I believe also Chase also transformed into a giant mechanical thing, much akin to the way he transformed into a bear. A giant eagle, sorry. And let's see what else happened. Yeah, Chase did some more autism regarding hunting. Also, I think he skewered 2 rabbits with that giant eagle. I think he did. Not that there's much left of the rabbits, but he did that first before going after the foxes. Yeah, like Chase says in the last episode of Yellow Gear. Let's see what else.
Company commits war crimes on cute animals. Bruce plants laxative in fish meat, and Gunnar finds a really sharp knife.
Oh God. Yeah, good point.
Yes, I suppose that is quite accurate.
Yeah, that's quite accurate.
A really sharp knife has been found.
Yeah, like I wanted to continue with saying that that was basically the first day of travel, and the second day of travel they found a house. And they went inside. Everything was broken. They found everything was broken, and they found some ashes with a funny flower in there, and a trapdoor leading to a basement, which a interesting-looking chest, in which they opened it, found a knife and pillow. And as soon as they picked up the knife, everybody heard a loud bang. I heard a loud bang, and everybody ran out together with the pillow and said knife and tested out the knife. However, what my character knows is I just spent a nice time quiet without any autism in the camp with the Kobolds. I was checking around with the Kobolds. I was noting some stuff down about what we still have left in my notebook, and then suddenly out of nowhere, a giant bang.
Didn't we assess that the flower's like pretty darn nice for certain things, so we brought it back with us?
Yes.
Yes, I have it. Yes.
I knew someone had it. I was checking my inventory,
Cool.
making sure.
Yeah.
Flower of nice for some things. Cool.
Hmm.
Questionable
Was
shavings.
that an accurate summary of for somebody that didn't?
Yes.
That
I
didn't
would
get,
say you did a damn good job. Yes, I would say that went rather well.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
not
very
down
much.
as bark shavings, though. It was written down specifically as questionable shavings.
Hmm.
And some laxative berries.
Yes, things you want to do. You want to be
Oh,
on the on
I-
the stream.
Do I what tonight? I don't know if
Yes.
I'll have time tonight. What?
No. Yiz was asking if Chase was
Oh.
asking to be on her DD stream.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What the fuck?
Do it.
Just-
It's excellent.
It is good fun, I must admit, but no, it'd probably be best that you clarify that you were asking if one of the dragons from her DD stream will be featuring in my game. Oh no, that's
in my game. I mean, the dragons are nice. They just ask you a lot of questions.
So, Theo, you did do a very good job with that summary of the previous session. So, go ahead and add to your into your character sheet DM inspiration as a reward.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But don't
Do
try
bear
to.
in mind
don't-
that
yeah.
DM inspiration is an added little feature that you can use to re-roll any D20 that you see take place at any time, whether it be your own or another person's, whether that be an ally or an enemy's.
Or DM
All
can
right.
take it off you because you made a pun. And
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
remember. I
That's
don't
very
worry.
punishing, man.
yeah, right.
It is. It is rather
And-
punishing.
And if you don't have inspiration, there's nothing that he can take away.
That is a good point.
Correct.
Except your life.
Except my life. And now, sir, here is a giant Tarrasque. In any case.
Oh no. Anyway,
Right. So, I'd say it would be appropriate for us to pick off right from where we had left off. The party has come running back towards the camp where the kobolds have set up ready for the night's rest. There has been a degree of panic with the kobolds having expressed that they were deeply confused as to why they suddenly heard noise that sounded vaguely like someone throwing a stone through a rather large window, only with the effect of it sounding like it came from all directions at once, like a clap of thunder. In either case, the party has now got in their possession a very luxurious velvet pillow and a knife that seems to have a degree of unusual properties, with not only having the potential to slice through apparently anything with relatively little ease, but also having additional aspects to its magical nature that it itself seems to have refused to elaborate on during
Identification.
Gunnar's identification spell.
Or was it appraisal?
It was an identification spell.
Yep.
Even the use of magic to determine the knife's nature failed to fully unveil its true nature. So, anybody familiar with D&D lore should know that that is unusual.
I believe
What's-
they. So sorry to interrupt, but I believe they were somewhere in the process of asking me something about it. I have up until this point, I basically have no idea what's going on, except for the
True.
loud bang.
Very true. So, all that being said, go ahead and question away. I shall step back as DM and let you speak.
I'm gonna walk up to them, and I see that Gunnar and CD near the. I believe the last thing they did was at the tree. They're talking to each other and testing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll what did just happen? Did you guys also hear a giant noise? Like somebody was shattering glass. It came from everywhere.
Yes, that was CD's fault.
Totally. His fault. He had nothing to do with it.
This is hardly fair.
You see, I
You
explained
did make the
what
noise.
happened.
We found something that was clearly magical, and just, oh, I'll have that.
Oh, are you guys there?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, everybody's there.
Yeah, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Look. We found a knife inside of that old house. This knife. He chose it to you.
I take a look at it, and I immediately see that it shouldn't. Can I snag it out of his hands? Because I immediately see that this is not something that a human should touch, since it's elven material.
Well, as he unveils the knife to you and you view it in your hands, your first instinct is that's an elven knife. So from there, do as you wish.
All right. I furrow my brows, and my face goes from a slightly panicked to also slightly angry, while I attempt to take away that knife, saying, "Give that to me." Do I need to roll anything, or does he just let it do?
Well, that
And then if he
depends.
resists,
I mean,
Jace, you attempt to prevent the elf from taking the knife.
I just
P.
shut the fuck up. He's in close range. I would.
He has already beaten the shit out of you once before. You may not want to provoke the man a second time.
I just step out of his way and say, whoa, calm the fuck down. We still don't know what the fuck this thing is.
Well, give it to me and let me check out what this is, because you should not be holding something like this as a human.
Do you have the identify spell?
That's none of your concern.
It kind of is. I mean,
Let me check out the knife.
As everyone said, I found it.
Did you bring it here?
Yes.
No, I brought it here, and then I gave it to him for testing.
Let me check out the knife.
Oh Christ, oh my!
I'm getting
Oh,
strong, my precious vibes coming off this. I think we have to,
Shut the fuck up! I'm not fighting again.
drown him in a barrel of beer or something.
A bear barrel of beer.
Oh no!
Sorry.
You should have just said bear barrel.
I just gave him a sigh and said, "Look, let's just give it to me. I need to see what this is, and I don't want humans to touch elven stuff."
It does seem to be obviously cat. We should hand it over.
All right, I'm gonna hand it over. I just wanted to know why the fuck he's so panicked about it. But did he really have to add that last bit? I say that as I hand over the knife.
That's the most important part.
So,
I'm not
Grigori,
gonna cry when you die.
as the knife is passed from the hands of the filthy human into the hands of who clearly it should belong to, you are able to get a better look at it, and I would like you to give me a ability check. Roll a skill for me which you feel will be appropriate for granting you some additional information.
I would say maybe history or investigation, but I don't know if investigation is good for this one.
I'd say history is a decent shout.
Can I? Can I? Can I reroll on that, or did I maybe have advantage on that?
You do have DM inspiration.
Okay, I'm gonna use the DM inspiration.
So,
Worth it.
with a 21 for your history check, Theo, as you take a hold of the knife and you begin to look over the more intricate details of the knife, something occurs to you. Whilst initially appearing to be elven in craft and nature, no, this isn't quite right. This is a style of weapon that you have seen in the past, but only very rarely. This is something which is older. Much, much older. This is an ancient... at the very least, it is styled within the ancient craftings of the ancestral race of the elves. Those ancient creatures that hailed from the Feywild, an alternate plane of reality which all elven-blooded men of this world can trace their lineage back to, given sufficient millennia. This is quite literally otherworldly.
Is there any writing on it?
Is there any writing on it?
No, there isn't. The main indicator is to the fact that you've been able to even determine the fact that this is a weapon originating from the Feywild is that it seems to share some very interesting artistic flares that you've only ever seen when looking through the ancient treasuries and armories of the noble house whose blood you belong to.
I see. I look at it harder, and I just look back up at sorry for that. At Gunnar and at CD. It's just a knife.
A really, really sharp one.
Yeah.
And he points out to the tree, as in, I think it can cut through literal anything.
Well, it's just a knife, presumably.
As you look over towards the tree, Grigori, you see that there is quite possibly the cleanest cut you have ever seen going through the tree's material. And upon closer inspection, you see that the material that has been parted in the wood is such a smooth and clean cut that the light actually reflects off the inside of this wound where the sap has yet to form through, resulting in an almost glass-like texture.
I look at it and back at the knife.
If it's just a knife, then
okay.
Then there's no need for it to be carried, especially by an elf, and it's unlikely to be cursed. I mean, if it's just a knife and no one's lying about anything, then we need not worry about it. Perhaps we can sell it at the next place we go to for a good...
No way I'm selling elven material. No way.
Man, no way I'm selling a knife sharp as this.
Where did
I don't think we could find someone who can afford this.
This is definitely... This isn't...
Unless we went to like a king or something.
This is a... all I know about this is that it seems to be old, very old.
It is, at your own admission, just a knife.
It is just a knife.
I mean, come on.
It's a very old knife. That's all I know about this.
It's very sharp.
There is this one test I wanted to try. CD picks up a rock from on the floor nearby, and very lightly he just says, "Watch out!" Throws it at Grigori.
Can I cut the thing that he throws at me
with the knife? Yes.
With the knife.
I would say if you are proficient in the use of knives, go ahead and make a dagger attack.
Knives are simple weapons?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, okay.
So, do you have a dagger or?
Yeah. I have a dagger.
So just go ahead and make an attack with that. I would say a 15 is enough to be able to make a glancing blow against a rock being thrown at you.
Or tossed, maybe.
And in either case, you are able to effectively deflect the stone with the knife. And in doing so, you notice that, realizing within the last microsecond of this encounter, to twist the blade in such a way to meet the rock edge on with the knife. And when you turn around and look, you see that there is a clean cut through the stone, leaving it once again a glass smooth texture on the inside.
So it isn't just living things.
I murmur in the Elven, just in like holy, just a little holy shit. Wow, that is very sharp.
And it isn't just on.
Did you already identify it or something? What did you do?
We already did. It just says that it's
Where did you exactly get this?
Oh, we just found it in a burnt down husk of a building, and just brought it out of a chest.
When did you find it exactly? How long was that ago?
I don't know.
Did you hear the crack around the
yes.
word?
That crack was at the same time as this?
Yes.
What did you do to that? What happened exactly?
All right. We delved into a house. We went down into the basement of it. We opened the chest. We found this knife on, and he picks out the pillow. This pillow, and it was basically preserved there. I think this pillow seems to have an effect of doing that.
Can I take a look at this pillow? Can you?
Yeah, sure. But this isn't Elven, so you don't get to hog it. And he throws the pillow at you.
Hey,
that's up to my interpretation.
My robot has the pillow.
Oh.
In any case, hand me the pillow while you continue talking.
Fine. Yes, I'll hand him the pillow. Yes.
All right, Theo, if you'd like to give a check, I presume that'll be another history check.
I presume so as well.
Well, looking over the pillow and racking your brains for any potential links to information you may have seen in the past. Well, at the very least, it seems to be a very soft pillow. This is approaching similar levels of quality of pillows that you would have seen in the most luxurious of royal private chambers in a Helven noble's household. But aside from that, there's nothing particularly elven about it. It seems neither elven nor fey, in fact.
See, it's just a nice pillow.
It is, however.
I did identify it before.
Yes.
I did use the identification spell, so maybe I can tell them
it's got
what it does.
It's like a passive healing, isn't it?
You know, but I wasn't there.
Yes. Well, I'll just explain to him that the pillow basically repairs anything that it's in the vicinity of it, or that's in the same container as it.
No, I see. Okay. Can you guys lead me to what you found it in a house?
Yeah, it's on that hill over there. I spotted it when I was an eagle.
Do I know Ginger? Do I know of anything that could have caused that giant? Do I know of anything that could have caused that glass breaking, shattering effect?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
You have heard a vaguely similar sound before that originates from magic. There is the spell known as Shatter. When cast, the spell in addition to creating a intense blast of destructive energy within a small radius, it also emits a very loud, well, shattering sound. And having heard that spell cast before, you would say that it sounds roughly similar, but it was nowhere near as, I wouldn't say intense, but more so pervasive as the sound you heard earlier. Which, when somebody casts Shatter, you can clearly tell that it came from the origin of the spell. This noise you heard earlier almost seemed to come from the sky and the ground themselves simultaneously. Or perhaps the noise may have come from inside your own head.
Okay. There is definitely something more that we need to see. Can you take me to that place?
I mean, we have just got back.
Yeah, and I'm telling you to go back there again.
By the way, Grigori, you can actually see the cottage in question from the campsite.
Okay, so it's not that far away.
It's about 500 feet up on a slight incline at the top of a very a hill for all intents and purposes. It looks like it still has a roof, but otherwise it looks like it may have been abandoned. There's no smoke coming from it, of course.
Okay. In any case, I'm going towards there, and I'm pointing at Gunnar and Chase to come with me.
Wait, are we strapped for time? Like we have to hurry to find that guy?
Your party has stopped for the night. Your party has settled down and intend to spend the night camping in this location, a short distance away from the cottage. At least that is the current plan. So assuming you don't decide to up sticks and get the hell out of there, then there's no particular hurry.
Well, I kind of want to up stick and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I want to check out that cottage, and then I don't think I've heard something like this before, and it sounded like an alarm, and I do not know what it alarmed and what that means.
All right.
All I know is that this is a very old knife that should not be in a place like this.
You see CD stretching out. I do not like this, so I'm doing something else I do not like. This is an emergency, so we have to hurry. I cast Animal Transformation, and I just transform into a horse.
So you're wild shaping then?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you can wild shape into a regular transportation horse, I believe.
I transform into a horse. It's the same as all of those others, except this time it appears like his flanks are made out of wood, and the hair of the horse, the hair on the back of its head and the tail, they just seem to be chains, more like similar to really small chains as opposed to an actual hair.
I would have thought it would be a brush or something. Flavor it how you want.
Like an old broom.
Ironically, the mane and tail on this hair is made of a brush consisting of horsehair.
So if you two want to go and check the house, I'm sure that Groot and I can stay here and load up the horse with the kobolds, right?
Yeah, you pack up as soon as possible and let's get out of here.
I agree.
Fair enough.
Then I'll go with CD. Although I would like to say nay to his question to ride him, I will make use of it in this time of possible danger.
Can I ask actually why are we splitting the party at this point in time? Is there a need to split the party? Or...
I want to know exactly what you guys did there. What else did you find?
Yeah, I know, but leaving Kiki and I back at camp, you're missing out two potentially good fighters. If nothing else, I was just
me too. I think I'm also staying. It's not like I can go very quickly anyway.
If there's some, we can probably fit 2 people on the horse.
Yeah,
so if one of them, Gruce is probably not at.
I mean, they're probably not going to encounter anything there.
No,
they're just going back to check it out.
Fair enough. I was just wondering why.
We've already been there.
Yeah.
So.
I'll nudge to Gruce. But maybe it's better if you come with that. The rest should probably stay and pack everything up.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I always think if you split the party, you end up with half the party sitting there not doing anything while the other one is. But if there's no need.
Out of character, I'm probably not expecting anything there, but I just good point.
Fair enough.
I hand out my hand for him to get on the horse.
Sir, I have a horse. I already have a horse. It's attached to the cart. Although we ditched the cart, didn't we?
No, we need the cart. They're preparing everything on the cart so that we can go.
Okay.
That's why Chase. Yeah, that's why.
There is no cart. You did actually ditch the cart.
Yeah.
You didn't ditch the horse. You still have the horse with you.
Oh, okay. Well.
So we're gonna have 2 horses. We're gonna have two horses and 3 people to ride them. I'm sure that's no problem. We'll just hold one in between the 2.
Well, we've got Chase as a horse.
I mean, we have plenty of rope. We can tie his arms to one horse and his legs to the other.
I just want to point out that this is a truly autistic level of logistics planning for a 500-foot journey up a hill.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, right. We get 2 planks.
Sorry, I still have it in my head that it's way further than it actually is.
Yeah, let's just fuck off over to the hill.
You can literally see it from where you're standing.
Look,
sorry.
I couldn't run there. I can run there. Work it out. I'm on my way.
Okay. Let's just go. Let's just go.
We're going.
Yes.
But just to make sure, I do have 2 transformations, 2 wild shapes. Yes.
Yes, you have 2 wild shapes, one of which you have already consumed for the day, given the shenanigans with the hunting of the fox earlier.
Oh, so I didn't have a quick rest. And
then you already used 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he charges it with a quick rest.
I'm just gonna run with Gruce.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to say that the giant eagle shenanigans happened the day previous. You've yet to have the opportunity for a quick rest, meaning you currently have 1 charge of your wild shapes left, Chase. If you want to use this by transforming into a horse now, you can.
Oh, okay. I thought the house was way further ahead. Sorry about that. Never mind.
All right. So just to be clear, this is Theo and Gruce making their way up towards the cottage
together with CD.
Together with CD, right? Okay, yeah. So 3 people on the horse.
No, we're just running.
You're just running. Okay,
yep.
So the horse is staying behind at the camp. Gotcha.
Yep.
So
it's 500 feet. So that's not a problem.
The 3 of you spend the next minute or 2 just making your way up the hill at a relatively expedited pace, and you arrive at the familiar site of the rundown cottage.
Okay.
It strikes you as a pleasant little abode, which could potentially be lived in, but otherwise is maybe there's a few holes in the roof that could be doing with a bit of a patch.
Okay, so from what I understood, from what they've been telling me, I just point at the thing. You found it here?
Yep.
You found what else did you find except for the knife and the pillow?
It was in a box.
Simply open the door and walk straight forward towards the basement.
Yeah, it was in a box. They opened the box. Knife and a pillow.
And anything else still in the main area of the house?
As far as I remember, no. But we can always have another look around. Is it getting dark yet? Do we need torches out, or can we just
I would say the sun has it's most of the way there to setting. I'd say you probably have maybe a half hour of true sunlight left.
I have dark vision. I don't care.
Can I just tell Tatooine to go around search for either valuables or anything that's worth interest?
Okay, can I do an investigation to see if there's anything that I can see? Okay. This might.
Right. Well, first of all, I'm just going to address with each of you individually.
Sorry.
Groose, what are you doing?
I was going to do a general perception check and have a look around, see if there's anything we missed the last time.
Okie dokie. You go ahead and roll that whilst I address... CD, what are you doing?
Just going into the basement and checking everything in there, while telling Tatubi to check everything on his own. Trick.
So, in that case, Groose, you gain some assistance from the rat, who runs around and also helps you in just doing one last looting run of this abandoned household.
Yeah.
And now, finally, Theo, what are you doing?
I want to check every nook and cranny for something that might look weird. Like the fireplace, do I see any footsteps, anything that could lead me to that there's something more to this place than they probably earlier noticed.
Well, you might want to check the basement first.
I want to do this first and then the basement, since that's on our way down anyways.
In that case, I would say it is logical that Chase, you as CD would help Grigori go about the house and just do a more thorough search of the place. So that is a 19 on the investigation check.
Should I run one of my own, or should I just?
No,
I'm going to say that you gave assistance to Grigori.
All right.
Which gave him advantage. And Grigori, with an investigation check of 19, you search around the single-story cottage with a great degree of thoroughness. And after a great search with a very paranoid mind, you note two things. First of all, as previously pointed out to you by the other members of the party, I believe, you spot that there is the very distinct, now probably rather old, ashen remains of some kind of bone ash or something to that effect. Quite clearly, there has been some kind of dead creature that has been cremated within this fireplace. Quite odd. The second thing that you note as odd is that throughout this entire cottage, despite you looking with your particular background, you would usually search for things of this nature, you find the distinct lack of any written wording. There's not even numbers scrawled into a piece of timber. There's literally nothing of that kind.
No books, no paper, nothing.
No books, no paper, scrawlings on stones, nothing of that nature. It's all bare.
Well, that's odd.
Did you guys already check the fireplace?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you find anything there?
Gunnar found a flower there.
What kind of flower was that?
I don't know exactly what it's called, but apparently it only grows in the cremated bones of something killed.
Can I discern what kind of creature it was? Probably not. No.
You can try. Roll a nature check.
Okay.
You look through the ashes. Any kind of bones you see crumble at the touch. No, this isn't something that you're able to identify. You'd have to use some kind of magic to be able to glean some more information from this. But
can I try again? Can I try as well?
You can certainly try. I'm going to go with your first roll, which was the 22. You take a look through the bones. It takes a while for you to be able to figure out what this is, because as with Grigori, as you check various ashes and you go through it with a very high degree of detail, You fail to spot anything noteworthy until you come across a small speck of shine. It's covered in the other ashes, so you have to give it a quick wipe on your pants or trousers, but after a short while you realize that the small speck that you are holding within your hands is a golden tooth filling.
A golden tooth filling?
A filling.
That means... Oh.
This was humanoid.
Shit. Humanoid, or at least sentient enough.
I'll take out my notebook and write this down, that with my defining servant, and there's nothing that has any writing on there, and that there is a cremated body with a golden tooth filling that flower came out of.
As I'm holding the tooth filling, do you actually need this?
I take a look at it. I just think just tell me where the basement is. I just
it's
ignore.
Over there.
Okay, and I'll turn away.
Can I keep this?
I turn back to him and say,
Ugh.
"Get that identified. Then I don't care." And then I make my way to the basement.
All right. So I will say that you would know that whilst you can see with your dark vision, you do not have the ability to discern color when relying solely on your dark vision. So it would be a good idea to bring some form of light source with you.
I don't have a torch on me. Do any of you have a torch?
I think I've got a torch in my explorer's kit that I have. I think so.
Here is it. I throw a torch at him.
Yep.
Bring it back when you're done.
Yeah.
I presume you also use your druidcraft to light the torch?
Sure. I give him that. When it's in his hand, not when I'm throwing it. Just to be clear.
Don't worry. I assume that you are not suicidal.
Screw you. I lose one fight against the rogue and everyone treats me like I'm made of glass.
Well, to be fair, when a barrel bear started going at me, that kind of scared the shit out of me. You should have for next time. You should have actually described that before the moment that you do it, rather than one turn after the fact, though.
Yeah, a bear barreling towards you is quite scary in general.
Yeah,
I noticed.
Cease with the puns.
Yes. Sorry. Just one thing. Can I discern how expensive this tooth is?
Just roll me an investigation check. Disadvantage.
12.
This is the first time you've attempted to appraise a filling. If you had to guess, just by the weight of it, it would maybe be equivalent to maybe 2 silver pieces, just through sheer weight in gold.
2 silver pieces, sure.
But anyway, Grigori, you make your way over to the basement with the lit torch, and you see that the trapdoor is still open from the last time the party were here. You see that peering down into the inky depths, that there is about a 6-foot ladder that leads down into the excavated underside of this cottage. Making your way down, you climb down the ladder with only one hand, using the other to make sure the torch is kept a healthy distance away from any potential source of ignition. And upon arriving down in the basement, roll me a perception check, please.
All right.
As you step in, you initially have the torch held in front of your face, but you realize after a short while that the torch itself seems to be giving you some kind of glare, which is actually hampering your ability to get a decent check on things. So after a short while, you move the torch out of the way and hold it actually behind your head so that you can get a better view of the basement. And when you do, you spot several things. First of all, the basement is mostly just a kind of excavated earthenwork style thing. you would expect this to have a similar look to a warfare trench, only dug out and with a cottage on top. There is a large, strong central pillar of wood, which you presume the majority of the cottage's floor rests upon. And aside from that, you see just a variety of bits and pieces of old, rotting crates and such, which you presume to be some kind of storage of food, as well as an iron-banded chest in the far corner, lid open, and with, at the very least from the opposite side of the room, a suspicious amount of, a suspicious lack of dirt on the inside.
Okay.
But the most notable thing is the fact that after looking around for a moment, you spot a bit of movement. A bit of movement that was initially difficult to spot simply because it wasn't moving. But you see on the opposite side of the basement, maybe 2 or 3 feet away from the chest, this large, somewhat rounded, humanoid-sized, almost patch of darkness. It's not inky black to the point of not being able to see through it. It's more like translucent and smoky. And it hovers there before suddenly you see a pair of almost like small candle lights at the approximate locations where you would expect the eyes on a humanoid creature to be, just simply turn across the head location of this humanoid shadowy figure and stare directly at you. How do you respond?
Trousers?
I grit my teeth and I walk closer. Did I ever see something like this before?
As soon as you step towards it, you see as the creature recedes into the dirt wall itself, vanishing from view.
If I step back, does it come closer again? If I take a step back?
Doesn't seem so. It's gone. But you do note one thing. From the way in which the perception of these two quote-unquote eyes turned on the head, you get the impression that it was probably looking at the chest prior to turning its gaze in your direction.
Are you alright down there? Yeah, that sound like that. You okay down there?
I just walk towards where I'm just gonna call it a ghost for now. Where that ghost was.
Alright. You take a few steps over to it, and what are you doing?
Can I check the walls? Can I put my hands on the walls? Check is there anything that sounds different? Is it just a solid piece of ground?
I would say there's no need to make a roll for this. You're able to see that it appears to just be the natural state of earth that has been carved out. You can see the various layers and the soil and such. There is one thing that is noteworthy, however. At the specific 2 points where you saw the eyes of this entity vanish into the wall, you see a very slight pair of scorch marks on the dirt.
I make my way down to the basement and simply ask, is everything okay?
Oh, most definitely not. I think I just got a big responsibility.
I'll be back in just a
who's
minute.
the lucky lady? And did you make a mutt?
I just frown at him. Why would you even think that I would do anything with a human?
I mean, aren't you half human?
Yeah.
Right, I'm back.
That's a good question. Someone has a parent issue.
So, by the way,
I'm gonna ignore that remark for now.
Groose, I presume at this point you have joined the others in the basement. But
yes, I'm assuming I didn't find anything in particular with my perception.
No, the closest thing that you would have found to anything noteworthy taking would be a small box of iron nails that you presume would have been used for just some general purpose carpentry maintenance and the like.
You know what? I will take a small box of iron nails.
All right.
The rat found it.
Sure.
Okay.
And yes, I'll go and join them. Where have I typed that? I don't know where that typed. Okay.
Can I? Sorry. No, go ahead first.
Go ahead,
yeah, I thought Chris wanted to do something. So
no, I said I was going to go and join the rest of them, and suddenly at the top of the basement, go looking in, going,
okay,
what's going off? Are you all right?
Apparently, we are going to have a baby.
No, we're not. I'll explain to them what I just saw. The weird shadowy figure, ghost-like figure with two bits of fire for eyes. Was it any specific color?
The eyes were burning a particular color, that being just a ghostly pale white. Not quite perfect white, but almost like imagine a white flame but sooty.
A white flame but sooty. Is for the eyes.
I don't know what it is, but okay. I'll convey that to them. That it looked at the chest, and then it looked at me, and then I look at the knife that I'm holding on my person.
Okay, and then it buggered off.
One second, I have to do something. I'll be back in a minute.
I mean, I'm thinking it's scared of the knife more than the wielder.
Potentially. I'm sure there's a lot of theories that could potentially apply at this point.
If I knew what that knife was, I wouldn't want to face anyone wielding it. Because that's a big old knife.
Well, it's not a big old knife, it's a little old knife.
It's a little, very good knife.
It's a knife that's so sharp that you could be stabbed with it and probably not notice.
Yes,
that's what she said.
This is a scalpel. With the ability to cut rocks in the middle of the air. So yeah. I'd run off too. If I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Does that description of that creature, would that sort of trigger any, I don't know, is it some sort of religious check or divining check? And is there any way I might know? I don't think I have much in the way of 0 Arcana, 3 Insight. I mean, Insight is possibly not a bad idea to roll against on it, if that's.
By the way,
yeah.
Let me just go ahead and post a picture of precisely what Theo saw.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look.
This might help from a visual perspective. Check the Yesrallaw Odyssey chat.
Oh, well, that's not creepy.
Oh,
I'll just stick that up on the screen.
I mean, he looks pretty chill.
You see, no, that's pretty much fuck that tier level of creepy.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a history check. This would be with disadvantage since you're basically trying to rack your brains for ideas of something that you yourself haven't actually seen.
Yeah. History with disadvantage.
Hmm.
Good. Both are crap. Doesn't matter.
So with a 7, you're drawing a blank on this one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can't help but think to yourself, maybe I did learn about it, but I was drunk at the time.
Possibly drunk at the time. I'll look at the flask, give it a bit of a shake my head. No ideas. It's not around anymore. It can vanish through walls.
Hmm. So, given that we seem to be taking what amounts to an unplanned break, given that Theo has had to leave for a moment,
Right.
if anybody else would like to speak, anybody whose character is currently back at the base,
I am back.
feel free to do so. Ah, brilliant!
Sorry,
just as I ask. Well,
I've had the headset. I've been listening with a half ear. So if you could please repeat whatever just happened.
Yeah, okay. I just posted an image of the creature that Theo saw. I put it into the Yesrallaw Odyssey chat. If you want to take a look for yourself.
I have it on my second screen, and that looks interesting.
That's basically the entity that you witnessed within the basement of this abandoned cottage.
From what I could see, and my perception was pretty bad. Was it humanoid? As in, was it human? Did it look like a silhouette of an elf?
It looked like it had the approximate right height and overall shape of a humanoid, but aside from the slight contraction of where the head would be and maybe an arm, there's no defining feature to give you any kind of indication as to what kind of entity this was.
Did it make you feel like it hated you, it looked down on you, it was generally condescending towards you? Because these are all telltale signs of elfness. Or is it just scary as shit?
Maybe you're looking at it in the wrong direction.
Well, he is an elf, so...
Did it try to mug you?
I'm deciding or not if I should roll a something check to see if I'm too scared of it and put back the knife or not.
I'm trying to work out whether or not I should be calling Chase so that we can get the ringtone going.
No. Do not intentionally ban my channel from.
Even if someone did call me, no one would hear it.
But since it looks human, I'm gonna say I really don't. I'm not scared of some human that pretends to be a ghost. I'm gonna keep this.
Well, it did disappear into the wall, so I guess.
Yeah.
It's really trying to be a ghost.
I've probably seen weirder stuff in my life.
It's doing a very good impression of a ghost.
I'm not gonna be bent by some humanoid that didn't manage to live his whole life.
I reckon that knife's cursed. Ick. Gurgle, dagger, fall, whatever. Yeah, I think he might have a cursed dagger there. If this creature is gonna keep on popping up, following us around, that dagger is well.
Wait, did you say at what it was looking at?
It was looking at the dagger, then met me, and as soon as I stepped closer, it disappeared.
The chest is still there, right, Jen?
The chest is still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Could we take a look at the chest again?
Yeah.
Sure. If you want to take a few steps closer, you can quite easily get a good look at the chest.
I'm gonna try.
Has it been catching dust?
Give me an investigation check. You step over and you You take a closer look at the chest. You do. It takes a little while to spot it, but you do see that there are just a couple specks of dirt that seem to have made their way in. You presume it's probably come from some kicked up dust from the last time you were in here.
Just to be sure, this is the chest that you guys found.
Yep.
And the pillow and the knife were here.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you took it out, the loud banging noises of the windows crashing or whatever you call it, breaking.
Yep.
Right. But let's get out of here as fast as possible.
Do you want to take the box with us? Is there any markings on the box? Is there any writing on the box?
Yeah, that's good.
On the box?
Good point. Do I see anything regarding that?
I'm gonna count this as part of your investigation check that you rolled a moment ago. You take a closer look at the various bits and pieces of the box, and you look through, around, tracing your fingers across the surfaces, looking for any kind of identifying marks or features. And, well, the only thing that's noteworthy is the fact that there appears to be a lock on the box, which still has a key inserted and left inside of it.
Is the lock takeable? Like, can we take the lock out of the chest?
The lock is incorporated into the chest.
Okay. Is there anything on the key?
On
the lock?
You take a look at the lock and you take a look at the key, and upon close inspection, it's difficult to spot because of the relatively roughly hewn nature of the key. But on the side of the actual tooth surface itself, it's one of those old-fashioned iron keys with a large head on it. You do see some kind of emblazoned symbol, like may have been stamped into the key itself, and upon close inspection of the lock, you're able to see a matching symbol. It's roughly of that of a. It's kind of like a stylized crown of sorts.
I have my notebook on hand. Can I take it, press it against it, and do how you do it with the coin to sketch it into my notebook?
You want to do a rubbing?
Yes, I want to do a rubbing.
Yes, you can choose to do a rubbing, although the key itself is removable and takeable if you just simply want to use that as reference in of itself.
Both. I'll do both.
Okay.
I'll do a rubbing and then I'll take the key.
Okay. As the elf rubs one out, is there anything else that anybody else would like to do during this time?
I mean, back at the camp, I would like to rally the kobolds and get the horse we have there loaded up. And,
okay. As you just announce to the crowd that we're not staying here, but we're moving on immediately, you get a few sighs of, "Oh, come on, we only just finished chatting everything." But
I know, but look,
the cook
that
soon,
bang is going to follow us.
Yes,
the cook
I'll
soon rallies the others and gets everybody back into packing up time. And it doesn't take much convincing once the cook explains to them that if that was an explosion big enough that they could hear it but not see where it came from, then there's a decent chance that if it happened closer, they might all die. That seems to get everybody moving.
I give a head pat to the cook for being so good.
She scowls at you.
That's still adorable, and I'm happy for it.
Tsundere.
By the way, now that apparently everybody has arrived back at the camp, given that Chase has just head past the kobold.
Yeah, there was nothing else to do. We just made our way back, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's fair. CD, go ahead and give me a nature check regarding the cook.
All right, nature check.
I'd say your 13 is enough to be able to tell that there appears to be at least a degree of seniority to this kobold. You can tell that this one's a lot older than the others.
Yeah, I mean, kobolds are the kind of creatures that, as they get older, they get a lot. They get a lot more smarter.
That's called wisdom. I'll be back in just a quick moment.
Quick, he's left us all alone. Let's start another big fight.
All right, so
It's time for a little PvP.
Groose, I wanted to discuss our business. I wanted to discuss our business venture in the future.
What, are we talking the vodka or the funny mead?
If I can, I want to slap CD on the head and say, we can do that all later once we're out of here.
Well,
no. We can discuss it now.
And CD just looks at you. But God isn't watching right now. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Exactly. Right, yeah. So
he is listening, though, keep in mind.
Yeah, he is.
But that's fine. It doesn't matter. He's not here to stop us from saying these things.
I'm thinking the vodka's the winner here. The vodka is definitely the winner here because, holy crap, if I can carry around my flask of 24 pints of vodka...
you're going to kill someone.
No, exactly.
No. You are going to kill someone.
Yes.
Vodka isn't wine. It's hard than wine.
Dude, I'm thinking if need be, open the top, throw it, biggest fucking Molotov cocktail ever.
Would that destroy your flask?
Probably, yes.
Yes, but if we can get more out of the sales of a certain drink, we could make.
It's a nice. Oh shit! Well, it's it's a potential. There's lots of potentials with essentially a portal to 24 pints of liquid. As long as I can pump it out fast enough, I could make a fuel air bomb.
It would.
And vodka's getting close to we'd need a bit more of a whoomp, but
and Gunnar, you want to expand the use of the firestones, right, and their production. Mm-hmm. Could you think of something that uses firestones and helps us enhance the process of drink making?
Well, firestones, we've been talking still.
Well, we're talking about firestone is more a fuel source. Basically like a replacement of coal and stuff.
Yeah, so we're using stills and doing distilleries, making and boiling a mash or something up and creating vodka.
Yes.
Or whiskey by accident or whatever.
Perhaps if we get access to a wizard, we might be able to get some kind of pocket dimension in which to store these.
A pocket dimension that is just a distillery that it has an automated vodka production in it.
I can already see it. Groose and Company's walking distillery. Whatever the hell you are, we can get you either mad mead or vodka.
Why not mad vodka?
I like the way you talk.
I mean, the ingredient is limited supply at the moment.
I'm thinking, can you make, I guess, vodka out of honey?
You can still, you can make vodka. Right, you can make vodka out of wood, out of paper. You can make vodka out of just about anyway. It's horrible.
I have seen a YouTube video of a person making vodka out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, at the beginning of the pandemic as well, so there was a toilet paper shortage at the time.
A topical blend.
You basically just need a starchy substance. You can't make it out of protein, but you can make it out of anything that's got starch. So, no kidney vodka, I'm afraid. I would imagine that would be horrendous anyway.
Look, I'm just trying to unite the party into a common goal.
You could also get, there's no problem in getting vodka that's basically made and then scooping out a chunk of honey or whatever, or any types of fruits. You know, we've got some berries as well. Berry vodka could be very,
Yeah, we
very
can do like
interesting.
just honey flavored vodka. Hell yeah.
Honey flavored vodka. I'm telling you, right? The berry flavored vodka would be an interesting parting gift to leave behind.
Wait, you mean the laxative berries?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, good fucking god.
Oh no. Laxative berries for the next poor unfortunate sod to come over and check on the missing whereabouts of his knife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the way you're thinking. I like the way you're thinking. We
Get
can use
them
that.
drunk on laxatives, and then watch them have explosive diarrhea
That's
and a hangover.
What's the word? What's the word for dying because you don't have any water in you? What's the word for that?
Dehydration.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna kill someone like that. I like it. We should make some. We should give it to rich people or people with secure houses. Money. That's all I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, with vodka, and that's with real high quality one, you're not supposed to feel it burning. It should go like in the movie, or just the generic stereotype of Russians, where they just shoop down one and feel nothing. That's how high grade vodka should be.
Yeah, there's always a bit of a kick. If you a good vodka, if it's kept very cold, but yeah. I like my.
I just want to point out that with how Chase describes the means by which he plans these plots of his, at this point, come on, man, you're basically just chaotic evil, but with extra emphasis on chaotic.
Okay, look, I'm not gonna poison everyone. Just select individuals who may have a little like they need.
You're only going to poison people who own more things than you do. So you're a socialist.
No. I'm not
gonna poison. Let's move on.
I think what he means to say is that he's only going to poison those that he despises that also have slightly larger, longer ears than him.
No, he's not a socialist. He's a thief, right? Because that he's not going to go and distribute it off to the well.
I'm insinuating that he's going to poison me.
Yeah, well,
no, I'm not going to poison you. All right. I'd rather not fight you again. But look, I'm not gonna poison the baker who makes food for everyone, or that fisherman who fishes for everyone. I'm gonna,
Oh,
like
you're gonna.
Collector.
You're the tax collector or the banker.
Shall we get on with the session?
Yes,
please.
Please.
Right. Okay. So you've all arrived back at the camp again. You have loaded a considerable number of your supplies back onto the back of the horse to such an extent where there is actually no room for somebody to ride said horse. In doing so, you have alleviated a decent chunk of the weight that the cook has to carry on her own shoulders. For that, she is very grateful of the party.
Chase, can't you turn into a horse?
Yes.
Indeed, he can.
Why don't you?
We are in a hurry, so I'm going to do this once.
Why don't you, instead of headbatting her, actually transform into a horse and carry stuff for
her? She's.
I've seen the way you looked at her.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up! Don't you dare insinuate that. I'm into human.
It's a fine kobold.
I'm going to punch you.
Come
on.
on.
You can find see if you can find an image that would be appropriate for the cook.
We already know that a fine cook. Keep a good house. Could do worse.
Shut up! I'm just trying to milk.
I don't think it's safe for work to find an image if by only searching on female kobold.
We are not going to even try doing that. Jen, I know you like wholesome stuff. Can I get inspiration for this?
No, but that does come close.
He's wearing a tie.
Yes.
That is very
there
cute.
We go. I think I found something that just about comes close enough for the purposes. Let's see.
How old is that cat?
She was born around what's the word? 6 months.
So right. She's about the same age as Puck. God,
Nice.
Puck is twice as wide.
White
This
Puck.
this is something close to what the cook looks like.
Yeah, that looks like something that Chase is into.
Well, first of all, I do think literally anything is adorable with enough force. Second of all,
So
shut
would you
up.
say with
No.
enough force?
There is no hooves in that picture, therefore it doesn't get me going. Anyway,
I see.
I become a horse.
Huzzah!
Horse.
I shall assist in loading the horse.
So
Oh, no.
you transform into a horse, only to be ridden by Kiki. Good to know.
No. I'm
Boggers.
loading it
I
with
collapse
supplies.
instantly if that's the case.
So
Anyway.
what are we putting on? We're just going to just load up extra horse. Excellent.
So yeah,
And then-
a decent chunk of the camping supplies and such is loaded onto the back of the cook. No, not onto the back of the cook. It's taken off of the pack of the cook and loaded onto the horse and also onto the back of Chase, allowing the party to travel at a considerably increased rate of pace now compared to earlier, where the party would have to travel at the pace of the slowest member, which was the elderly kobold with a pack larger than herself.
Come on, she does have a lot of stuff on me.
Well, anyway.
By the way, Ginger, do I need to add any special thing for that dagger?
Just add. Give me a moment.
I currently put it in as ancient Fey dagger. I don't know if that's if I don't know if that's a good description.
I'm just gonna find an appropriate name for the.
Also, is it a dagger or is it a
dagger.
knife?
It's a dagger. It's a dagger.
Okay, so it's sharp on both edges. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pointy.
Yes. Also, I give back the pillow to Marsh and his to Gunnar and his machination.
Ah, very nice. Thank you.
Constant clean and heal.
I'll DM you with the name of the knife, since this is technically something only you would know.
All right.
There you go.
And regarding if I were to use it for damage and stuff, it's just a regular dagger?
For now, yeah, just use it as if it were a. I would say use this. You drag in a +1 dagger into your inventory from the compendium, and use that for now.
I thought it was like a +6 dagger or something. Description.
For the purposes of being unbelievably sharp, it
Yeah.
would be, but it's not exactly balanced for combat, shall we say.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
So if I want anything skinned, I'm gonna have to ask him.
Probably.
I do not look forward for that.
I'll see if I can find an appropriate image for it. Give me just a moment. But yeah, as the party is traveling, is there anything else that they would like to get sorted, or are you just going to fucking run?
We're going to walk until like next day noon or something like.
Yeah, like
holy crap! Okay.
Are we?
We can make good pace. I wouldn't rush it, but I think moving and staying moving is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think for now we'll just go moving a bit, but maybe not until noon.
Well,
Right. So you travel through the night, not resting at all, and travel to noon the next day. Is that right?
sounds
No.
like. Yeah. Okay. What do you propose? Because I'm all ears at this point.
I mean,
what would be the wise thing for our characters to do? And they would know that it is.
We don't know what's coming. We don't know when it might come. If we're up for too long, we might get exhausted. And if something attacks us while we're exhausted, things can go very poorly very quickly. So I say we just get out of the general vicinity of the house and then set up camp. At least so we can have enough time for a short rest before the day.
I tend to agree. I would like to travel until like midnight and at least sleep the early morning.
So you're going for a full, 24 hours worth of travel then. Since when you were about to, as I said earlier, it was just about sunset by the time you decided to all pack up and get going again.
Oh, okay. So
remember, I said when you guys arrived at the cottage, I said you had maybe a half hour's left of sunlight to work with.
Well, we can travel through the night until like midnight or even first light and catch some sleep at first light where we've got better view of anything that could be approaching us.
Yeah, I say we travel until it's basically 4 hours before dawn and then just have a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want my my wild chip to be restored.
Fair enough.
Don't pay attention to these attacks. I'm just testing out if everything is correct in Roll20.
All right.
He's too obsessed on the knife.
Don't believe him. He's stabbing us.
And around elves, watch yourselves.
You travel through the night, and only on first light do you take a short rest before continuing to travel.
Unless anything else happens, that seems to be the plan.
All right. So, the party, they set off on their journey once again. The cook points out that whilst usually they're not terribly fond of traveling during the night, that technically they are actually better at doing so, since kobolds actually have enhanced vision and overall are able to see better in the dark than what they are in bright light. Meaning, whilst they generally speaking don't like to travel at the night without the protection of Scrack, then they are actually capable of traveling not only faster, but able to track Scrack's movements easier. As you make your way through the forest and continue to travel along at a relatively fast pace, attempting to outrun whatever may or may not be chasing you, I would like each of you to give me perception checks.
Oh boy. I sure hope nothing kills us.
I'll do some looking around.
Right.
Yay!
Right.
Oh, and while I travel, I'm fairly sure that I managed to tell Grace and who am I missing? Gunnar, what we saw in the little house.
That's probably a good idea. And how would the pair of you, Grace and Gunnar, respond to hearing of this this spooky entity having suddenly revealed and subsequently hidden itself from your elven companion here?
I would, at that point, like to use my divine sense to detect any evil in the area.
All right, so go ahead and post the text of divine sense for me.
And I will remark that we probably should have searched the house more carefully before touching anything.
I'll tell him that.
Good idea.
I'll tell him that I did a very intricate investigation of whatever the mess was that you guys left in there last time.
We left a mess?
Well, it definitely didn't look clean.
Well, Kiki, upon casting your divine sense, you look around and you're only able to register the divine sense of evil coming from one individual. And as you look around, you can see this dark, noxious aura emanating from CD.
I thought as much.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Why are you looking at me funny?
That's a joke, by the way.
Oh, okay, thank
God. Dear.
But yes, as you look around, you don't spot anything particularly angelic or demonic in the area, neither undead or anything especially out of the ordinary. It appears as though you are traveling with a what is best described as a mundane series of traveling companions. But that being said, as the rest of you travel, Kiki, you by far rolled the highest on the 5 perception checks of the party. And in doing so, you decide to run ahead of the rest of the party, and you find a little rock to be able to stand upon in order to give yourself a better vantage point of the surrounding countryside. You view the various areas and surrounding landscapes, spotting how the road continues to travel up and over the various hills, winding around and, generally speaking, avoiding any of the more offensively tall inclines and declines, resulting in a relatively smooth traveling. But you do spot something as you look around and purvey the area. You look back in the direction that you came from, and just standing at the crest of the previous incline that you had previously travelled over on the road, as where you had travelled, you see just a pair of tiny little white specks, approximately head height, unmoving.
Whatever this thing is, guys, it's following us.
So it would seem.
Where?
Back on that hill, and I'll point over to it.
As the rest of you follow Grace's finger and look over in the direction of the previous hill, you don't spot anything.
Well,
what did you see? I mean,
what did you see?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I saw those eyes you mentioned. Seemed about head height.
How far away?
Crest of that last hill.
You'd imagine that to be somewhere in the realm of like 300 to 400 feet away. Decent distance.
Yeah, but if
that's 100 meters.
Yeah, that's it can travel through walls. It's not going to be impeded by brush and undergrowth. So it could be on us in.
You say that,
20
but
minutes.
Wi-Fi is very bad. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it could be on us within half an hour to an hour. That said, maybe it's just following us. Maybe it's not going to attack us. I don't know.
Can I deal? I want to speak to a squirrel or something similar, not violently.
That's a
I just want violently speak to a squirrel.
I hate. I like the fact that I have to say that.
Hang on, you guys. I know we're discussing something at the moment, but is there a squirrel handy? I need to speak to a squirrel.
Yes.
I would say, Chase, give me a check to try and locate a communable creature.
An animal. Wait, a nature check?
A check of your choice.
Wow.
All right. You send off you send off Ratatouille to run around the surrounding environment to try and find some traces of some creature that you could potentially commune with, and in doing so, as you and your pet rat are searching, you suddenly find Ratatouille come back to you and begins squeaking at you and guiding you off in a particular direction. Upon following said rat for a short distance, you soon find yourself looking into a small burrow that you would suspect is probably the home of some small rodent-like creature.
Rodent-like creature. So probably a rat or something similar?
Potentially.
Can I go the creature out?
Well, that depends. How are you going to go about that?
Don't say pestilence.
I wanted to speak with the thing. I was looking out for a more traveling creature to see that thing, but a squirrel will do. Animal handling. I want to produce sounds and see if I can just got the thing out peacefully.
All right. So, all right. Well, I would say with a 22, you are able to successfully pique the curiosity of this creature, and upon it unveiling itself from the burrow, you suddenly find yourself face to face with a hare.
A hare.
Are you familiar with what a hare is?
Yes, it's a rabbit but bigger.
Yes.
Okay. Can I? I want to cast on it animal friendship.
I see where this is going. I know where this is going. There's no talking involved with what you're gonna do.
Yeah. I hope this is just a harebrained scheme.
I hope that Grace is watching this.
Oh, every moment.
I'm just talking to the thing. I wanted to spy on the shadowy fuck. Alright, calm down. I'm not hunting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless otherwise stated, other members of the party are not within range of what you're currently doing. So you have a degree of privacy right now.
All right, no, just right now. I just convinced the beast that I mean it no harm.
Okay. Well, this is the casting of animal friendship, and it automatically succeeds.
Step in the van, little girl. Would you like a sweetie? I'm your friend.
I tell it if it could. I ask it if it could see the thing that's following us, and I just pick it up and pull it as high as I could in the direction of the thing, and see if it can see it.
You're gonna hold a rabbit in the air.
Yes.
So,
are you gonna do it like Simba, with Mustafa and Simba, like Lion King style, holding it in the air?
How long
the
till
rabbit. You lift the rabbit into the air, or you lift the hare into the air.
It's the circle of life.
And you point it in the direction of the road, and you tell it to find the thing that's following us.
Yes, basically. Or at least something description of it, see if it can notice it.
All right, go ahead and describe to the hare exactly what it's trying to look for. What you say next is very important.
Instead of describing it as a shadowy figure with burning eyes, I describe it as a darkness similar to your a darkness that's like your home, with eyes that look with the color white, but like flames of those humans. It probably has seen fire before.
Okay.
Yes, Ginger, very good.
One of my favorite gifs on the internet, that one. As you lift the hair above your head and you tell it to look for the darkness of its burrow, but with little balls of bright light. You get a look from the hair that, as it's being held above your head, and he looks down at you and gives you a look. You can't quite tell what it's saying.
It's difficult to explain it, all right? Okay, I just put 2 fingers on my head. It's so fucking difficult. All right. I try again to tell the creature to simply not... Theo, goddammit. Simply notice a shadow with fire, white fire in its eyes.
You see the hair give its anatomical equivalent of a confused shrug before it gestures towards the ground, as you're still holding it up about 6 feet in the air.
All right, I put it on the ground and I say, "Go," pointing a finger towards there. Clearly comedical.
It looks at you. It looks over at its burrow. It then looks over to your rat that's on your shoulder at this point, and it squeaks in your rat's direction a few times, and your rat Tatui squeaks back a couple times, and then all of a sudden you see as Tatui pops into your pack and begins rummaging around for things.
All right.
A moment later, Tatui pops back out again and appears to be holding one of your rations in his mouth, and just simply throws it onto the ground in front of the hare. At which point you see the hare picks up said ration and takes it down into its burrow, and a few minutes later pops back out again and just goes running off in the direction that you pointed at, down the road.
All right. I tell Tatui to go back down there and take the ration out.
You, as you do so, you see as Tatui looks at you and let me see if I can do an impression of the noise that he makes whilst staring into your eyes. Before jumping off of your shoulder, darting down the burrow, and popping back up again with not only the ration but also an additional carrot.
All right, but rabbit stew is on tonight's menu. I simply put it back in and I wait for the rabbit.
Chase, are you sure your character isn't named Dick Dastardly?
Look, I'm used to it, alright? That's how I hunt. Oh,
by evil. Pure evil.
And some wizard is expecting us to... wants to know how long are we going to continue on our adventure. Oh, okay.
So the hair doesn't actually come back. And yes, Theo, that's exactly what I was going for. I'm sure you spotted that there, Chase.
Yes, I spotted that.
Look, so yes, the hair doesn't actually return. And if you choose to wait for it, then you are sat next to this hare's burrow for quite some time.
I simply look at the Tui. Ah, it isn't coming back. That's not good.
Well, you kind of told it to just go into the burrow.
No, I told to search for. Tatooine is back with me with an extra carrot.
You said you told it to go.
Yeah, to come back to come.
You could have just told it to search for, like, a ghost-like humanoid or something. I don't know. Very complicated.
Jace, go ahead and roll me just a general intelligence check at this point.
Fuck you all. No.
Alternatively, roll me
I presume that it would want to go back to its burrow at the very least. So that's the way I could check that.
Well, roll me animal handling.
Crying out loud. I'm not that stupid, alright?
Wow.
Shut up.
No,
that's supposed to be something like 17.
With a 17, it takes about 20 minutes before you realize and you think about what you said and go over the conversation with the hare again and the fact that it had to be bribed with a ration. And then you think to yourself, oh, okay. Right, I've probably just hide this thing for the night to act as a scout. And it's probably going to be gone for a while unless it finds something. You can assume that unless this hare actually finds something worthy of reporting back to you with, then it's just going to be off, like, looking for things.
Forever?
At least for the next 24 hours, aka the duration of animal friendship.
So, wait, are we we are camping nearby, yes?
No, you're still... The party's still traveling.
Yep.
You've taken the rest of the party at this point has taken a short rest to a short half-hour break to basically just wait for you to go about your business.
Yeah.
All right. Since by the end of that half hour, if the rat isn't there and the
rat is there.
The hare. I know.
The hare.
Okay.
Yes.
The hare doesn't come back.
The hare doesn't come back in half an hour.
Oh.
Let's just go.
It's taking you 27 minutes to work this out.
Unless you want the forest. Unless you want to search the forest for this thing, I say we just keep going.
Sure, we keep going. Hopefully, if it does find something, it finds me again and tells me about it.
I'm going to ask you how with the squirrels.
I don't think I'm digging that with an answer. All right, let's go.
Okay, so we're pushing.
Okay, so. Yes, the party continues traveling for the remainder of the night. Eventually, you pass through to the morning, at which point one of the kobolds walks over to, I'd say probably walks over to, Gunnar. Yeah, one of the kobolds walks over to you, Gunnar, and just kind of sidles over to you and sneakily just gets up close to you and says in a hushed voice, "Hey, can you tell the others to can we stop now? I'm getting tired."
Yes, I believe we will be stopping soon for a rest.
I can see the sun's about to come up.
I would like to know, by the way, briefly, did this whole squirrel scene occur while being a horse?
No, Chase didn't transform into a horse.
Okay.
Oh, but he did earlier though, didn't he? That's how we were traveling quickly with.
He did, yes. So
yeah, but
all of the stuff that was loaded onto the back of Chase would have had to have been placed back down again.
I pick it up again. I don't let the cook just carry it all.
All right.
I'm not that mean, all right.
I think now we'll be stopping
I am a good person.
I think now we'll be stopping for a short rest.
I think it would have been good if it happened as a horse, actually. Right.
Mm-hmm.
A horse going off to talk to some a rabbit.
Yeah.
And lifting it into the air with its front hooves.
actually, do keep it like that. I lifted that rabbit into the air with my hooves.
No, I'm going to say that the duration of your wild shape isn't sufficient for you to have been able to be in horse the entire time. You were only able to be a horse for that singular hour, and you would have gone and spoken to the rabbit after you had been a horse.
I stopped being a horse, and I talked to the
No,
rabbit.
don't worry, Chase. You'll never stop being a whore.
You walked into that one.
I mean, if that's how you want to make your money, we're not going to judge you too harshly.
My character's a fucking virgin. Fuck off, all of you.
You said it.
Character.
It's simply because he doesn't trust anyone to sleep in a night, you know?
So, as the sun comes up, the party settles down for a rest. Now, tell me, the original plan is for a short rest, but you can take a long rest. I will allow you to have the sudden change in plan. Do know that from this point onwards, if you choose to continue traveling, you will have to start making rolls, Constitution saving throws, to determine whether or not you pick up a point of exhaustion.
I say we take a long rest.
I would suggest a long rest with well-defined watches.
I only need 4 hours.
All right, someone.
Okay, Elf.
Okay, Elf gets the watch.
All right, I get first watch. Gunnar gets second watch. Then Gregory gets the rest. With every watch, 2 hours.
Fair.
What?
Are there any objections?
No, I get a good night's sleep. Works for me.
Same. Yeah.
Oh, actually, my robot can just keep watch all the time.
That's even
What
better.
did you say,
That is also true.
Which is especially good because he can't be surprised or anything. So,
question is, do you trust the robot to look out for what can best be described as the definition of spooky?
I don't think he's capable of being spooked. I mean, intelligence of 4, can he even be spooked at that intelligence?
No, but would he know to actually raise awareness alerts? on that.
He's also immune to charmed, so I don't know.
Wait, no, it's not immune to charm. It likes my pet rat after all.
I shall take a final watch just to make sure the elf's doing its job.
Fair enough. All right. Good night.
So, just to be clear, who's taking first watch?
I can do it together with the robot. I can do like 2 hours, and then I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I can wake up 2 hours before the rest would wake up normally.
Okay. Well, I would say since you require less rest than everybody else, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
And is the robot there as well?
The robot is there as well, yes. Which means you get advantage.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That makes a lot more sense.
That helps
So,
advantage.
Grigori, as you and the robot are both awake, surrounded by these filthy, sleeping creatures you're forced to travel with, you decide to set your gaze onto the horizon, the direction from which you have been traveling all this time. You look out and you do your best to try and make sure that if this bizarre and spooky entity decides that it does in fact want to continue chasing you, then, well, at the very least, within the next 2 hours, you'll be able to spot it coming. But your 2 hours pass, and it doesn't appear as though you've been able to spot it. There is one point of time where you think to yourself, is that it? You look at... You swear you see 2 small points of slightly shimmering light off on the horizon. Long, long way away. And you reposition and find an errant boulder to reposition on top of in order to get a better view. And as you do so, you realize that, oh no, that was just a pair of stars. And you shrug and go wake up the next person for the next watch.
Yeah.
So, who is so unfortunate as to be woken from the slumber?
By an elf.
By an elf, no less.
I'll give Grace a pat.
All right, Grace, you were suddenly awoken. Theo, how do you go about waking up Grace?
Well, seeing that it's knowing that they're a bit more on the strength side than me, I'll just give them a soft, gentle nudge on their shoulder, like, "Hey, wake up! It's your turn."
I'll stand and draw my blade. Did you see something?
I shake my head. Not yet. I thought I saw something, but turned out to be just a couple of stars.
Well, Grace, you are tasked with staying up for the next 2 hours and keeping an eye out for potential sources of threat, danger, and other terrible, nasty things. Go ahead.
Keep an eye out, especially for this dark-eyed creature.
Go ahead and roll for me a perception check.
Bop. Not great.
Wow. Once again, you are aided in your perception of the overall environment by Gunnar's robot, granting you advantage on your check. You decide that, well, it's only one ghost. And how dangerous could it be? I mean, you're a paladin, for Christ's sake. You could smite this thing to death in but a single swipe of your sword. And then you realise, oh yeah, my sword. I haven't sharpened it for a while. And you spend the majority of the night keeping an eye out, but also, just running the whetstone over your blade and getting a nice honed edge to it.
Go on.
Can my character wake up now? I'll take the third shift, apparently.
I'm going to say, okay. Well, first of all, Grigori took 2 of the shifts, as he is an elf, therefore he only needs 4 hours sleep. So, the third shift is the final shift.
Ah, okay, I didn't know. 6 hours?
Yeah.
We're going to take 8. Never mind.
8 hours, but I only need 4 hours of sleep, so therefore there's only 3.
But isn't the shift 2 hours? Or am I missing?
It is.
I can do 4 hours. Since I
No.
only need 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, but Grace just took a single shift. So that's 2 hours.
Okay, so should I roll twice, maybe?
No.
No, you're... Okay, so you took 2 shifts. Grace has took 1 shift, meaning in order to total 8 hours worth of sleep time, one person needs to take one more shift.
Yeah,
and that's me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so
I was gonna
shift of the night.
I was gonna awaken Marsh so that he could make sure his machine had seen everything appropriately and that he didn't need to do any repairs or maintenance before the next day.
I mean,
it'll be fine. It has the pillow, so I think it'll be fine.
Quick question: Who just got spammed with Discord notifications?
That's a good question. I heard it as well.
I don't know. I don't think it's me since I don't have any notifications.
Not moi.
It wasn't me.
No, myself.
Then it must have been me. Maybe I've triggered something.
But no, I shall awaken Marsh. I'll give him a bump with the blunt of my blade and hey, you're up next. Last watch.
All right. Well, do I just roll perception then?
Yes, go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage, because... Actually, no, you wouldn't have advantage, because your robot is currently going through maintenance. But
okay.
Regardless,
it's fine.
With a 21, you end up getting by far the best results on your watch. Despite the fact that you are distracted by running maintenance on your bot.
Thank you. Fucking hell.
So, Gunnar Veit, as you have been tasked with keeping an eye out for the impending evil entity that stalks your party now, you make sure to keep a proper view of the surrounding horizons. You're fairly confident that it'll probably come from the direction that you came from, but as previously pointed out by your colleagues, that this thing does appear to have the ability to phase through solid objects. And about halfway into your watch, you do spot something. You're looking out for a pair of beady, glowing sources of light on the horizon, or anywhere else for that matter. Whilst you don't spot that, you do spot movement. It seems as though there is something making its way in your direction. Not at a terribly fast pace, but you would guess somewhere in the realms of a brisk walk. And it doesn't appear to be using the road either, instead travelling through the relatively long reeds that consist of the majority of the grassy areas in which you currently are walking through consists of.
Okay, I want to quietly wake up the rogue, and I wanted to try and see if he can see what it is and maybe try and ambush it before it realizes that we've seen it.
All right, so go ahead and wake up Grigori. How do you do so? You would guess, by the way, in the time that it's in the distance it is from the party and how quickly it's approaching, you maybe have a minute to respond before it arrives at your camp.
About a minute. Okay. Well, I just walk up to him and I just shake him a little bit. Just shake him. Say, wake up! We got something coming. I point in the direction that it's coming from and say, "There's something approaching us."
Go check it out. Be awoken by that as well?
Possibly.
I'm going to say
no.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
If you roll an 18 or higher, then yes, you can be awoken.
Shit.
Nope.
I said roll me a perception check, not 3.
I don't know. The fucking mouse is not working.
Use the other mouse.
Yeah, right. But the other mouse can't scroll.
That's why you have 2 of them.
Yes, indeed.
The fact that you have 2 mice, what the fuck?
Yes,
anyway.
One of them clicks multiple times in a row. The other can't scroll for shit.
This is new lore. This is some deep lore.
I want to buy a new mouse. I already know, alright?
Alright, so CD, you are not woken.
Okay.
Fuck off, Ratatouille.
So what does the elf do then?
Like with Chase, I'll go and try to hide in the trees, to, in case it needed, have a surprise attack against whatever is coming our way.
There is no tree nearby.
Is there a shrubbery?
We're like in a field.
Are we in a field?
You're pretty much in an open field. The only things in the immediate surroundings that don't consist of grass is the occasional errant boulder.
I'll go hide behind a boulder with my short bow ready.
Okay. In the meantime, I will actually just go and wake everyone else up, but quietly. I'll just tell them that to be careful. There might be something out there.
I'll try to stealthily hide behind a boulder, lying down or something like that.
Okay, go ahead and make yourself a stealth check. And with a total of 18, you are fairly confident that you have properly concealed yourself. Now, give me a perception check to see if you can spot the oncoming movement. You look around and you have no idea what the hell he's talking about. All you can see is just the breeze blowing through the grass. You can't spot anything coming towards your party. But, Gunnar, you go around and you wake all the other members of the party up. How does each member of the party respond to being woken by a, I presume, the panicked Gunnar?
Yes,
and the
thank you very much. Okay. Anyone else wants to start first?
No, I've got an idea, but you go, Lord Grace.
All right. CD just. Okay, come on. He started it first, and then, as if nothing happened, it it appears to you that he's used to being woken up abruptly like that.
All right. So, Bruce, what do you do?
Obviously waking up startled. Ask what's going off. And if are we in about to sort of reach sort of action stations, or at least is that what Gunnar is thinking? In which case, I will roll off in somewhere and try to hide and take a position to.
Well, Gunnar, how panicked are you on a scale of 1 to 10 as you're waking up your companions?
Well, I'm somewhat spooked. I have no idea what's really coming towards us. I just I saw something. A
comfortable 6.
You saw a comfortable something, and you're waving in the general direction of where the something was. I'm assuming.
I assume I'm pointing at where I saw the thing.
Okay, yeah. I'd like to do a perception check in that general direction, see if I can see anything.
Go ahead. You're tall enough to be able to see over the grass for the most part. I would say with a 16, you are able to just about spot something. There's definitely some degree of parting grass. Now very close to your position. It seems as though it's actually gotten somewhat close to the camp, but has yet to actually come through the grass itself. It's still concealing. It's still attempting to conceal its presence from you.
Is there any cover or anything in the general direction, maybe off to the side but forwards towards it, that I can, diving roll towards?
The best way to think about this is that you are in a cleared out portion of grass that is, for all intents and purposes, been flattened out for the express purpose of allowing travelers to set camp during an extended portion of travel. As I say, closest thing to either an elevated position or a piece of cover is a large boulder that is used to indicate that this is an appropriate location for setting up a temporary camp.
And we already have someone hiding behind that.
Yes.
Well, you don't know
that. Okay, fair enough. In that case, I'm going to sort of basically drop and roll in the general direction. Can I make the boulder in one movement?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And let's try and drop out of sight underneath, the line of sight, if that's possible, and roll in a covert manner behind the boulder and hide.
And he rolls directly on our little elf.
As I'm going to act as if I am drunk and do the whole drunken rolling acrobaticsy thing that drunken kung fu has.
I panic a bit and then say, "Wait, maybe it's the. Let me try. Maybe it's the hair that I sent." I try to coax it out with animal handling. Can I do that if it's an animal?
Go ahead and roll me animal handling.
Shit.
All right. Well, before we get to the results of that, Grace, you are woken up by a presumably still somewhat panicked Gunnar. How do you respond?
I shall sit bolt upright and grab my blade, seeing the panic in him. And how is the sun?
I don't know. I haven't asked her yet.
Fuck you. At this point, you're just about beginning to see the faint purples and oranges of an imminent sunrise. Guess it to be maybe another half hour away.
But for the most part, it's still dark. Yeah.
Definitely still dark. Yes.
I shall. Yeah. Do you have a torch?
I do have a torch. because I have the Dungeoneering pack. I suppose I can give her one and light it.
Can do if you want.
I shall plant the torch in the ground behind myself and stand at the front of the camp, ready to fend off anything that comes our way, and look towards where he was panically flailing.
Alrighty. So, Grace has set up a position of enhanced light and is also preparing for imminent battle. Sword drawn, the battle stance positioned. Gunnar, I'm going to say that since you spent this time going about alerting the rest of your party that you yourself will not be ready for imminent battle. Regarding your animal handling check, Chase.
Mm-hmm.
CD, you make your way over to the what's best described as a wall of grass, let's be honest. In the general direction of where Gunnar was pointing. You kneel down and you begin making the various druidic noises that you would usually use in order to attract the attention of an animal in an attempt to begin negotiating with it. And in the process, you do spot that there is the rabbit or the hare. It begins to make its way out of the. It just sticks its head out at first, seemingly in an attempt to check on your character's positions.
A sigh of relief.
However, there is something interesting. It appears as though its eyes are closed.
Oh no.
I'm backing. I'm pulling my. Can I pull my crossbow?
Well, you certainly can. Is that what we're going to do?
Yes, I'm putting my crossbow in my hand. If it's coming at me with its eyes closed.
Right, well, as of right now, I would say you're probably somewhere in the realms of like 5 feet away from like the wall of long grasses, and it's only just stuck its head out of the wall of grass surrounding your party.
I just back up, like back to the party, and just ask for the hare to open its eyes, just in case.
A moment passes, and the hare then ducks its head back into the grasses again.
Can I run back to the group now?
Well, you're in the middle of the campsite with the rest of the party.
All right.
Did Gruce or me see any of that?
I would say, from your positions, yeah, you would likely have spotted this bit of oddity taking place, though. Without the druidic training, you probably would just assume that CD had scared it off.
Okay. I don't like where this is going.
All right. Grace, by any chance, do you have a spell that creates a lot of fire?
I want to.
Aren't really my thing. We might have some oils.
You were going to say something, Marsh?
I can enchant a random object with light that has like a 10-foot radius. So I want to just grab like a little rock, give it some light, and just chuck it into the grass.
All right. You can do that relatively low effort. You take the. Sorry, what was that? Trick?
Basically a glow stick, then.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah, cool.
You take the stone, you imbue it with a small amount of magic, and toss it off into the grass. And the rest of you can see that there is now a series of very long shadows being cast throughout the rest of the campsite, with the shadows effectively being cast by this source of light shining through the long, thick blades of grass that surround you on all sides. Honestly, that really didn't help things.
I
Yes.
looked at Cruz and say, "What are they doing?"
That was Gunnar who did that.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm behind a boulder together with Cruz.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Should we go out there into that with them?
Okay, can I prepare Entangle?
Grace, you go into the bushes, see what the fuck's going on.
Sure, I'll wander in. Blade ready.
With a torch, by the way.
Yep.
I gave her the torch.
You do have a lit torch that you planted into the ground only a moment ago.
Oh.
I do. Would it be easier if maybe like you cast light on my greatsword or something, so I had a, I don't know, easily visible lightsaber?
I could do that, yeah, sure. And as I do that, the light from the rock disappears.
I shall walk into the grass with my my sword raised, ready to swing.
All right. As you step out into the grass, you look around. Give me a perception check for the source of movement. You see that only 6 or 7 feet away, you can see the distinct parting of grass of a approximately cat-sized object having lain down and made itself not terribly visible.
Oh no, you can't do that to me. I want to step towards it and cleave the thing, but it's a cat.
It's a cat?
It's a cat-sized object.
Okay. Knowing that this is not a cat, I am going to step forward and swing this thing.
All right.
Yeah.
You step towards the depression in the grass, and the moment you see the familiar-looking sight of an albeit rather large-looking rabbit, you lift up your blade, and the moment you do, you see as the hare's head quickly swivels to point directly at you, eyes open, blazing with 2 piercing white lights.
Oh.
I would like everyone
okay.
to roll me initiative.
Oh,
can I just
go?
We're going to take a quick break.
So
I am going to.
Okay.
I am going to the toilet.
All right.
Is this before people start rolling initiative? I'm sorry. Is it worth us moving on to
a
map or dragging our character out so that we actually log our initiatives?
I'm going to.
He's going to have to build
set up such a map.
Yep, that's what the break is for.
Yeah, that toilet break was just for comedic effect, for pissing my pants. But yeah. See, I'm gonna take a snack. I'll be back in a bit.
Are we going full Monty Python Killer Rabbit here?
Maybe.
This does feel like it's the fucking. We need a holy hand grenade. Quick.
Kirbanok, where is Kirbanok? Okay.
It's okay. It's nice.
Everybody, count to 5. I mean 3.
Yeah, take it down in one round. 1, 2, 4.
No, it's 1, 2, 5. I mean 3.
I mean 4.
No, 3.
No, 4.
No, it's the holiest of numbers.
Just
3.
throw the thing.
Right. If we are doing some setup, then I am going to acquire a drink.
Yeah, like I said,
this is officially a 15 to 20 minute break. Everybody feel free to go sort themselves out with snacks, drinks, so on and so forth.
Okay.
We already had a comedic cuckoo effect, so 15 minutes still the next one. All right, I have returned with some crisps.
I'm back.
I don't know if is Ginger still here. Did he just mute himself?
I am here. I'm here for the
right.
time being. If there's anything you'd like to talk about whilst I set this up, do feel free to ask.
You have a very good way of making things that are. Are you sure you don't work on horror movies or something?
It is a spooky atmosphere.
It's a spooky atmosphere.
You're doing a good job, do you?
It's a spooky atmosphere, but mostly ruined by Chase. However,
I'm trying to be the comic relief here. All right.
Ooh.
However,
by the way, did you guys? There's a horror anime that came out that's actually pretty spooky as well.
What's it called?
It's called. God. Hold on, give me a minute.
The last one that quote-unquote horror that I watched was Another, which wasn't really a horror, but it was good. I liked
this one is actual horror, and it does a really good job of like setting up atmosphere.
Okay, no, but just the things that you come up with as monsters. I mean, a bit back you told me about the two creatures that you came up with and let Raya make some art for.
Oh yeah.
Oh God! You're gonna make us fight that.
Miyaruko-chan.
That yeah. I think it's on my list. It looks nice.
Yeah.
She basically just ignores everything, right?
Well, it's a very good episode. It's a very good first episode.
Okay.
Let's just say that. Yeah.
For anybody wondering, by the way, what Theo is talking about, I'll just go ahead and post the images that I had Raja draw up for me. Let's see.
If you plan on sleeping tonight, I'm sorry.
Also, Tesla Note is actually fucking hilarious, and you should watch it.
What's it about? It's a comedy then?
It's about secret agents finding ancient Tesla technology.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's hilarious.
Tesla as in Nikola Tesla, not as in Elon Musk's Tesla.
I don't know the difference between them, so I don't really give a shit.
Nikola Tesla, that's right.
At the very least, we can depend on Japan to create spy dramas or horror movies that are actually good.
Oh yeah, true. Even if they're animated.
What the fuck was it called? Queer Force?
What?
Force?
Fire Force?
Netflix. No, the Netflix shit. Q Force, I think it was called. Or something
I don't know, nor do I care. Suffer not the
I don't
queer.
know what that is.
Good answer.
Suffer not the I don't know if this is monetized F word.
Suffer not the fuck the Netflix.
Also, I'm really, really fucking pissed right now.
Suffer not the noncery.
Why are you pissed?
Basically, launch happened while I was on the game. And my ma cooked lamb ribs, I think they would be called.
Ooh,
yes.
Nice.
Ooh, I asked for them, to keep for me a piece or two.
And they
guess how much?
Oh.
Yes, guess how much they left me. They fit
literally 2 pieces.
No, I wish.
Lamb ribs could be pretty big, so that would be good. But
so they left you nothing.
Yes.
Oh no.
They fit the fucking cat's the remains.
Oh no, really?
That's what you get for missing lunch.
That's what you get for being a bad Muslim.
I guess that's the only thing that's fair now is for you to eat one of the cats.
Look, I'm playing a character. That's not me IRL, all right?
I found the images of the monster art I had Raj draw up for me. Do enjoy.
Ooh, nice. I think I saw these before, maybe.
Yes, this is the one from our brainstorming we did that one day.
Yes.
I really like that last one. It looks really freaky. Like someone did make this, and it's really awesome.
If you still listening to the conversation, Trig, go ahead and bring these up on the stream for people to take a look at.
Oh, but the third one is cute.
Oh, that third one has the ability to eject vast amounts of acid at its targets, dealing upwards of 50 acid damage per turn to multiple targets.
It's basically a Muslim then.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yes, a Muslim, but no, it's cute. That big bubble behind. I think it could be pet. I have a weird sense of cute and what's not cute, by the way, so don't question it.
Well, that's understandable.
I am a Muslim, yes. Oh, the first one has lots of eyes and ears and mouths on its body, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That first one reminds me of the first sketches of what the explorers of the New World thought that inhabitants of the New World would look like. Instead of having a head, be the face being on the torso.
That doesn't make any sense, though.
Look, it was the end of the Middle Ages. What can you expect?
Fair enough. I mean, we didn't. Isn't there a lot of stories about dog-headed people?
There are stories of dog-headed people from India. Yeah.
Yes, but like a frightening amount of dog-headed people. Like surprising amount of people saw the same thing.
I don't know. I know of a dog-faced pony soldier.
I feel like that's a jab at me, but I don't get it.
No, it's not at you. It's about Joe Biden.
It's a thing. It's a thing that the current residing president says.
The former vice president, yes.
The former price. I can't say it. I can't pronounce it.
The former vice president.
The former vice president.
The former
the former vice president. Even I can say it.
Porno vice president.
Oh no.
Okay, can we stop? I think we're confusing him.
Oh, I'm gonna make you happy with one. Yesterday I was at what was it? What are those parks called? A theme park. And for fun, a friend of mine turned towards me and said, "Hey, give me a pizza prostituto."
What the hell? Why?
The fuck?
I'm guessing he was talking about pizza prosciutto.
Yes. If Wes ever looks back at these,
it is mostly
the only kind of violence.
The best kind of violence.
Fuck you, dog. The fuck did you just type? Oh, I hate you.
Now it makes sense why in all those pornos, Duck, they pay natura. They ordered pizza prostituto.
Shut up, both of you. Please.
Did somebody order a pizza with extra salami?
Oh, and in case anyone is wondering about my character, how he's hunting and whatnot, there's only one type of creature he's not willing to eat, and that's rat.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious at this point.
Yeah.
I think most people are unwilling to eat rat, to be fair.
No,
you wouldn't eat what you are.
Fuck you, first of all. Second of all, it's not because he detests the idea of rat, full stop. Like, at first, he can. It's just Tatooine. His push.
Hiya.
I mean, to be fair, that's still kind of just the basic human response to it. Nobody really wants to eat rat.
Welcome
of all
back,
things.
Kiki.
Yeah, but he's willing to eat pigeons, skunks, rabbits, hares, foxes, dogs, cats, anything really.
Are we all back now?
So he's Chinese, not Slavic as we thought.
He's not
quite ready to go yet.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, regarding Chinese, I know that was it this time or last time? I think Uzuli made a remark, or somebody made a remark about I don't know, if there's a family, they can always just eat their own children. I have from a trusted source. I know that they did in fact not eat their own children, but they swapped children with other families.
Yes, I mean you wouldn't want to eat your own child, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't eat your own child. You eat the child of the neighbor.
By and large, they also did the same thing with their pets. They'd trade their pets as well.
It does seem more social.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's important to maintain family ties during trying times.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very important. It's even more important to maintain a family ties when they're likely to run away because you want to eat them.
Basically, I just wanted to say that I think Ginger would allow it. The druids, they don't eat animals because of how they connect with them. The druids were, CD hails from. But ever since he cut connection with ties with nature and whatnot, CD feels like he's less and less. He has less and less of an obligation for nature and being a druid, and more of being of sheer will and survival. Because at first when he was a kid, he did try to keep up with that, like eating mushrooms and whatnot. But after a couple of nights of being really sick, he just decided to try and eat meat to survive. And that's the story of how he became a meat eater.
And then the floodgates opened. The first time that meat touched his tongue, it was like, man, I haven't been living all this time.
Yeah,
bacon tastes great. Bacon tastes great. Bacon tastes great.
Okay, if Ginger allows it, the first taste of food that he ever had was a bacon strip he stole off of someone.
Of real food, you mean?
Of sure, of real food.
This fucking namby-pamby vegan shit.
Yes, the first taste of real food he had was a strip of bacon that either someone out of pity gave it to him or he stole it. And ever since, his eyes opened to the truth.
Making lore, deep lore, right as we speak.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Right. I'm just putting your character tokens onto the map now.
Fuck you. Why do you have to post it? I need to eat. I haven't eaten.
I'm not going to be using a dedicated grid, so use the grid according to the map to the best of your ability.
All right, no problem. They only work against each other anyway.
Let's see.
Why did I post that? For fuck's sake, I'm hungry. Lamb rib.
Was that lamb bread?
No, lamb ribs.
Ah.
Yes.
I think you said naan
I'm
bread.
still pissed, for fuck's sake, man. I almost want to cry just for that. Jesus. You know that the kitchen was still filled with their smell when I came there?
Of course. Muslims stink.
No, I mean the ribs.
Sorry for that one. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But anyway, no, but seriously, like, the kitchen was full of meat, like that smell. And I just took a big fucking whiff because, I expect to eat some meat right about now. That means food. Come on, let's go. I go in there, I open up the first container I see on the stove, and it's only rice. Just rice. I open up the microwave. Nothing in there. I open up the oven. Nothing in there. I open up the fridge, despite, me being literally a room across. Nothing in there. I ask, where is it? Oh, it's all eaten. No,
Now,
my brother, who's a fucking asshole, by the way, says, I ask him, where are the ribs? He just points at his stomach and drops it. In here. I ask him, where are the rest of the ribs? He does it again. In here.
Yet, ribs nitam. So we have not yet achieved a long rest, have we, Ginge?
No, I think we did.
No, you
Really?
have not quite managed to achieve a long rest yet. But I'm going to be kind and say that you're not going to be afflicted with a point of exhaustion for this fight.
I mean, at the very least, we have a short rest. We slept a couple of hours.
Yeah, I was more questioning whether or not I was renewing my spell slots or we were starting at current resources, which, if we're starting at current resources, is as expected.
I'm just using my my dodgy Photoshop skills to create a half-decent piece of character art for you to all admire / be terrified of.
Especially that last part.
Oh, hang on. I can help. Let me get up some MS Paint.
Yeah, let's just get the rabbit from the Holy Grail and just paint its eyes white.
But that's just a stuffed rabbit doll.
And this
is what we are fighting really any different?
It just happens to be a stuffed rabbit stuffed with ectoplasm or something.
Rabbits. Why does it always have to be rabbits?
I mean, it's technically speaking, it is a hare, but that's
shut up.
Splitting hairs.
Right, off to jail with you.
Right to jail immediately.
I don't have inspiration, and I don't think I'm going to have any other inspiration afterwards.
No, you're in luck. I wasn't listening to you.
Oh, thank God. I said nothing, all right?
Oh, Kiki, have you added inspiration to your character?
No.
I granted you the inspiration since I had it left over.
No, I think you just get to use that where you want.
No, I already have inspiration, and Ginge gave me inspiration, so I can give it away.
Yeah, so you get 2 inspirations.
No, you get 1 inspiration. I can't have 2 inspirations.
Can you not?
Nope.
Oh,
just 1.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I'd say I'm just about ready to get started with this. Let me drag you all over to the relevant map.
Oh my lord.
So, let me just go ahead and bring up the turn order. And let's see. Click your character tokens and then click initiative rolls on your character sheets. I will correct the character sheets to the relevant thing. Let me just roll initiative for the Haunted Hare.
Oh, I don't know how to do this, but my robot basically shares my initiative, but goes after me.
Yep, that's fine. Oh, by the way, let me just go ahead and throw into the chat what I've thrown together for you.
Nice.
That is...
appropriately terrifying.
Please don't tell me that you drew that in 15 minutes.
No. I took an image. I made the eyes slightly have a little bit of a white wisp coming off of them.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. Oh, you scared me there for a second.
Don't worry, I'm not a better. Cal is a better artist than I am.
Here you are.
You say that as an insult. He is a better artist. Ah, that's adorable. Let's fight that instead, please.
That
What do you mean?
would be infinitely preferable.
It's
But no, you have to deal with this bullshit.
I hate the mouse that doesn't fucking click.
Great, I get to go first the next round.
Right.
Yes.
Basically, yes.
Okay, so
I still need. Yeah, give me a sec.
12.07.
Remember to click on your character, then click initiative.
Wait, what? Why do I have 12?
We got 23.2.
Because
okay, because
he's changing. Yeah,
Right.
he's fixing it for us.
Oh yeah, check it out. I might actually go before you.
CD gets 10.13.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that. I thought.
You get the rolls.
Have that for initiative, Brig.
I can't believe you beat that.
Let's go ahead and randomly add Bruce.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I did that. I did actually click on it, but... Oh no, I logged out and I'm back in. I'm an idiot.
Such a terrible roll.
And let's just go ahead and sort that to descending, which means that Grigori gets to take the first turn.
Now this rabbit should be well lit by the fact that I'm standing near it with a glowing sword, right?
That's a good question, actually. Grigori, no, go on. How much of a light radius have you applied to her sword?
It has
10 feet or something. It was, right?
It has 5 feet actually. It's 5 feet, 5 foot radius.
5 foot radius. In that case, there we are.
Okay.
Within that radius, the rabbit is clearly visible. By the way, my rule for determining whether or not you can fit into a tile is very simple. Is the center of your character token able to fit into the center of that token without being impeded? If yes, then you can fit in it. For example, you see how Grigori is currently kind of having a corner of his character token inside that cross-hatching thing. That cross-hatch, that's the boulder mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I figured as much.
But yeah, that because the center of your token isn't inside that boulder, you can fit. And apparently, Chase will be right back. Yeah, that's a good bit of labeling there. That works. By the way, you may be able to spot using the measuring stick that a square is 5.4 feet wide. You'll have to count squares, I'm afraid.
That's fine. We can count squares.
Or at the very least, if you do use the measuring thing, round down to the nearest 5 feet.
You do realise that if we count squares, we are going to have to be relied upon to count up to as much as 6.
Maybe even 12. Terrifying, you know. Depends on whether or not you decide that you want to dash away at high speed.
Well, at that point,
how to use the arrow?
Okay, so you see on the left there is a bunch of different things that you can mouse over in order to bring up options for things.
Yeah.
Let me just see here. Fourth option down, there is a circle with a ruler in it.
I found it.
That's the measuring stick.
I do like the rabbit's face help.
Hmm?
The rabbit, I like its face help.
Ah, you mean the creepy mandible shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's creepy, isn't it?
That's hard. That's hard.
Unfortunately, since the last session, I have yet to ask Raja to work on the art for the knife, because I think when I ask him to do the art for the knife, I'll also have to ask him to do another one of those monster sketches for this rabbit.
You could just use my picture. It's bespoke.
It is, isn't it?
Bespoke is a good description.
Unfortunately, Kiki, your particular artistic style doesn't quite fit the theme of what I was getting.
I could give it some face wigglers.
Yeah, that should help.
So, Theo, it's your turn first, so feel free to kick this off at your leisure.
All right. And let's see, do I have a line of fire on it?
Currently, no. But you could quite easily slip around that boulder to acquire line of fire.
Okay, I shall do that. Okay, let me just move my select move. I'll move it down here. And then I should have a line of fire and be able to use my sneak attack on it as well, right?
You can indeed, as there is an ally within 5 feet of the target.
Righto. Then I use my short bow.
All right. That does indeed hit. So, as you fire off your short bow, you manage to land an arrow squarely into the side of the rabbit, hissing away at Kiki. And yet, shockingly enough, despite the fact that you see not only the arrow sink into the target, but a distinctive spurt of blood erupt out of the side of the creature, you see as it does not stop locking eyes with Grace.
All right.
So, you have a bonus action to make use of.
Yes, correct. And I also have, I think I still have a little bit of movement left, right?
Yes, you do. You have a total of 25 feet of movement remaining.
Okay. I will be getting a bit closer to it. Let's see. I'll remain next to the machination, slightly behind it.
All right.
And as a bonus action...
Mimar?
Sorry, what?
Chase is just shouting at his family.
Oh, he's just shouting in
Sorry about that.
yeah.
Just 1 second.
Let's see. I have this this bonus action that I can use. It's called Master of Tactics. I'll put it in the chat. Can I use that on somebody preemptively, or just can I do that as a bonus action on somebody else's turn?
No. What that does is it allows you to basically put a temporary buff onto an ally.
Exactly. Okay.
Let's see. When you use the help action to aid an ally in attacking a creature, the target of that attack can move within 30 feet of you rather than 5 feet of you, if the target can see or hear you. Okay, so basically what you can do there is you can point at someone, and then that person, for one attack, gets advantage.
Yeah, I'll do that for Grace. I'll shout at Grace.
You will have to get a little bit closer, I think.
I thought she was in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes away from me.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. As I say, we're going with vague rules here. Yeah, sure, that works.
It's the fun kind of rules.
Yes. So, it moves on to the Haunted Hare's turn. Let's see. What's this thing going to do? Give me just a moment. All right, so you see as the rabbit looks towards Grace, and suddenly pounces at her and begins attacking.
Fantastic.
Let's see. So, hang on, just need to read up on these stats. All right.
I can take a rabbit to the face. What's it going to do? Get hair on me?
Right. Oh, it makes an attack on you, Kiki. Does a 25 hit?
Jesus Christ.
Maybe.
Right. That's a. You ready? You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
No sense of prophecy.
Dear Lord.
A whopping 8 damage is inflicted upon you by the rabbit's attacks.
Oh goodness, woe is me. I'm gonna throw it back down as it bites into my armor.
You see as it begins to gnaw at your forearm and is able to, surprisingly enough, manage to slip its teeth in between some of the links in your chainmail, effectively allowing it to draw blood. As it makes its biting attack on you, it proceeds to jump off of your form and then turn around, and you can see as the white flames that make up its eyes begin to grow into a slightly pinkish and then into a reddish hue. As it proceeds to jump at you with its front claws outstretched. Do a 7 and do a 14 and 13 hit you?
Neither.
All right. In that case, does a 19 and 18 hit you?
It does indeed.
How many fucking attacks does this thing have?
It attacks with advantage on any target from which it has already drawn blood.
Oh no!
Oh no!
So the fact that it rolled a 25 on its first attack was very unfortunate.
Oh no!
And with that, it manages to lay into you with another barrage of attacks, clawing away at not only your armor but also your general form for a total of 12 damage. Jesus, that's a max damage roll.
Oh,
that's fine.
Jesus.
That's fine. I'll take it.
All right.
Oh, I wish I had something to actually drink.
It's okay. I'm still over half. I'm happy.
All right then. So, with that, it moves on to Gunnar Veit's turn.
I think
I'm gonna yell over to him. You're gonna stand there or shoot this thing.
I have no dexterity. I'm not going to shoot it. I'm going to move behind her and then cast Cure Wounds.
You need to be within touching range for that.
Yep, that's why I'm moving behind her.
Excellent.
And then... oh, wait, no, that's an attack. So... did it...
Are you attempting to do a thing?
I'm trying to do the thing. It's not doing. I can't. What the fuck?
Okay. How about this? Manually roll the die. Manually roll the dice for the spell.
Yeah, sure. Oh wait, no. I guess for some reason I can't do it when it's. I guess it was just lagging for some reason. Heal for 6.
All
Oh,
right.
fantastic. Thank you.
Managed to heal 6 of the 20 hit points dealt to Grace.
It's something. But now it's my robot's turn too.
All right. So, what do the robot do?
The robot will move here.
Okay.
So about action and reaction, can I take an action and then also do a reaction later on the same turn?
Reactions can be done at any point, even on your turn.
Yes, but like if I've taken an action already, can I still do a reaction?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It takes a bonus action, I think, to prepare for a
No.
reaction.
Unless otherwise stated, a reaction is just it. Okay, you get actions, bonus actions, reactions, and free actions.
Right.
They're all mutually exclusive, unless otherwise stated.
So I'll attack obviously the little rat.
All right. So Ratui takes 8 points of force damage.
I mean, the demon hair is standing in front of me.
Fuck!
I figured as much, but you did say rat. And I only see one rat on this battlefield. But yeah.
Fortunately, he's out of range.
An 18 definitely hits, and you manage to deal 8 damage to the... I'm just going to call it the werehair.
The werehair. All right.
Oh, apparently I suspected Rob Schneider.
All right. Good to know.
Because of this gif.
Okay, so tell me, what else can you do with your turn?
That's it, really.
All right, so you've used your action for Cure Wounds, and you've used your reaction to control your bot in order to have it attack the rabbit. Or the werehair.
Do I use my reaction to do that?
I don't know. It's your character. You tell me.
No. It's just basically an NPC with a few limited actions.
Alrighty then. So, is there anything else that you can do with your turn, or shall we move on to CD?
That's about it, yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see what the Gopnik does.
All right. First of all, a quick question. Do I know Have I seen a dire wolf?
I'm going to say no. A direwolf isn't something that you would have seen within the vicinity of.
I mean, even in my life as a child druid.
That link that I sent you in a while ago had all of the things, all of the D&D creatures by
combat rating.
By combat rating, and you can only do up to 0.25.
0.25?
Yeah, which is wolf.
The direwolf is one.
Yeah.
One challenge, 1 point. But I haven't seen it, so it's not. Yeah? Unfortunately.
Standard wolves are there, though. That's what's generally...
At the very least, as a child druid in the giant forest, I have seen a normal wolf.
Yes, you could have. You could transform into a normal wolf if you wish.
All right, I transform into a normal wolf.
All right.
Let me just add the symbol on my character.
After the session, if you'd like, we can go through the process of finding some artworks for to replace your current character token with, in the event that you wish to transform into a different creature. But for now, we will just simply mark CD with. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I transform into a wolf. Let me just open up its stats.
Post a link to the stat block that you're using into Yesrallaw Odyssey.
Let me then take it from the D&D 5th Guild. What the fuck?
By the way, whilst Chase posts his character stats, the creature that you see before you appears to be approximately of the correct shape of a wolf, but instead appears as though it is made of various artificial materials. You see as the various fanged teeth that come out of its great mechanical maw appear to be almost shaped like various twisted bolts, screws, and nails, with the overall fur of the wolf having been entirely replaced with almost layered plating, almost representing a style of armor. The majority of the wolf's form appears to be made of a mixture of metal and wooden materials, which give the distinction of maybe having been thrown together, albeit with a degree of skill, from an otherwise pile of scrap materials. Simultaneously junk, but also quite intimidating.
/R. Oh my! Its hit points are exactly 11. Just so you know.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Like
yes, and that's exactly what happened with the bear as well, might I add.
Just do bear in mind that is precisely average.
Yes, I know. Thank you very much. I did note that. Whatever. Since I'm now for 11, I had 11 hit points. And I charge at the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Right over here. That's 4 blocks.
All right, good to know.
And the wolf has an attack. It has pack tactics. I get advantage on my attack because the enemy is surrounded by other enemies.
Yeah, that's correct. That's how pack tactics works.
Yes, and it must succeed a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Well, how about you go ahead and attempt an attack before you start reading off those stats?
1d20 plus 4 Does a 16 hit?
A 16 just hits. Congratulations, you get to make an attack.
Look, usually my luck is shit. But when it's good, it's really good, alright? See?
Alright. You manage to jump onto the creature and begin savaging it with a mauling attack. Let's see if it is capable of surviving the what was it, a strength saving throw?
Yes, of 11.
Okie dokie. With a total 19, you fail to knock the werehare prone.
Okay, how the fuck does it have a +4? I don't. Wow. Okay.
You are fighting an otherworldly creature.
Indeed, I am.
Okay. That is the end of your turn, unless there's anything else that you can do. I believe, well, technically, you're supposed to use an action to transform, and then you've also used an action to make a bite attack.
Oh,
I'm going to allow it because I'm kind. In fact, from now on, you can consider yourself to be able to attack with your transformed form on the same action that on the same turn that you use to transform.
All right,
So,
but I'm not gonna take any other action, and if I do that.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay.
You could still make use of a bonus action if there's anything that you can use a bonus action for, and you still have access to some movement.
No, I'm just going to sit there and get my advantage. And also, can I assist Grace with her next attack? Oh, no,
Grace is already receiving an assist from.
Then I'll assist the robot. From
Well, if you want to assist someone, you will have to flank with them. So if you want to flank with the robot, you'll have to reposition so that you are to the right of the rabbit.
I can do that, like over here.
One down.
Ginger, I made chase a token for you.
Oh, that's adorable.
No, that's adorable.
All right. So now you are considered flanking with the robot. And delightfully, because you are also in that exact position, now the robot is angrily staring at you once again, which is brilliant. But anyway.
There's a literal demon between us. I think he's staring at the literal thing between us, not me.
We move on to Bruce Ree's turn.
Right. Okay. Well, as I have rather long movement, I have 40.
Uh-huh.
I believe that I can basically saunter over there. Well, the bunny rabbit with my banjo, then burst out a flurry of blows and move away. Because I get an extra 10 foot of movement with my flurry of blows because of my drunken technique.
Uh-huh.
So I would.
Does that also give you the ability to leave a target's attack range without incurring an attack of opportunity, though?
Yes. At third level, you will learn to twist and turn quickly as part of your flurry of blows. Whenever you use flurry of blows, you gain the benefit of a disengage action, and your walking speed increases by 10 feet until the end of your current turn.
Isn't that convenient? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I can have a bit of a wander over here.
I'm just picturing a drunk with a banjo sauntering over to a rabbit, punching it in the face, and then sauntering away again.
Hang on, what are you doing with my sword? Are you taking my sword away? It looks like you're taking my sword away.
I'm doing nothing with your sword. There we go, that's a banjo who's been swung badly.
Are we just gonna surround this thing and stab it?
I think so.
I don't have the ability to re-roll it because I lost that.
Yes, Theo, we are just ganking this thing and just beating the crap out of it.
Can I?
I mean, you could still play a.
I can still use my flurry of blows, though, can't I? Or one key
You can,
point.
yes.
Let's knock my key points down by one, and give it a damned good fisting.
That's a miss, and that's a miss.
Yep.
Okay, what the fuck?
That is
Why? What
fucking
is with
tragic.
the rolling of 9?
It's impressive.
That's impressive, yes.
At this point, I'm just picturing the rabbit just looking at you and saying, 999!
In that case,
Just
I'm
look
going
good,
to...
man.
I've got another 10 foot, haven't I? Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm
You know,
going
the
to...
tragic thing is, if you'd moved to the opposite side of the rabbit that Grace is, you would have had advantage on all of those attacks. But that is what we call a lesson for the future.
Yeah. So what, if I'd moved here?
No,
if you moved here.
if you had moved to here,
Yeah.
you would have been flanking it with Grace, which means that you would have had advantage on all of your attacks.
I don't
Which
think I
means you
could have
would have
moved
hit-
there.
Instead of missing 3 times, you would have hit 3 times.
See, I couldn't quite. That was 45 feet to move there.
Ooh, you're right. Unless you had moved there,
Yeah, which is what I did do.
punched it once,
Yeah.
and then stumble walked to there with your 10 feet.
It's fair and had advantage from a 2. It's all right. It's all right. I've done what I've done. But yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
A lesson for next time.
A lesson for next time.
And now
Yes.
it moves on to Grace's turn. Do bear in
Yeah.
mind, your first attack has advantage as you are being assisted by Grigori.
So first things first, I am going to cast. Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to cast Divine Favor on myself,
Okay.
which gives me an extra 1d4 radiant damage on my blows.
Very nice.
And then I'm going to whack this rabbit with a very sharp piece of metal,
Okay. Go
which
for
is
it.
much easier to do if I don't close my character sheet to look at the rabbit. That's
Oh, nice.
decent.
That is a hit, and what a hit it is, rolling
You're-
maximum damage. Now roll an additional 1d4.
Yeah. And can I also smite it?
Indeed you can.
Fantastic. I shall smite it for an extra 2d8.
This is why paladins are fun.
2d8.
Oh my
so,
fucking god, Jesus.
So just to be clear, you have used your Divine Smite at 2nd level.
Expend one spell. Hang on. When hit with a melee weapon attack, you can expend one spell slot to deal 2d8 extra radiant damage to the target, plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than first.
Yeah. Well, you deal 12 damage, and let's see. Go ahead and roll me another d8.
Oh, fantastic. Is it a fiend?
I'd say it's pretty fucking fiendish, yeah.
That's another 5.
Oh,
Alright,
you just-
so in a
33.
single swing of her sword, she deals a total of let's see.
That is 18, 20,
Oh, no. Hang
that's
on.
33.
Kiki,
Mm-hmm.
there's a special effect on this monster that I forgot to inflict upon you.
Oh,
Make me a DC. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
oh, sure.
Lovely.
Oh, that's just a constitution roll. It's the same, though.
Yeah, it should be the same modifier. In which case, congratulations, you're fine. Though you do note that at the beginning of your turn, the were-rabbit does stare at you, and you almost feel as though the very aspect of it staring into your soul begins to have a corrupting essence on you, and begins to make you feel almost ill. But you manage to shake the effect off before fucking smiting the shit out of this. Let's add up this damage, shall we? So,
yeah, so that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 28, and then another 5, which I believe is 33.
33 full fucking damage.
Let me just add this up together on my end, just to double check. 15 plus 3 plus 10 plus 5. That's a 33.
Mm-hmm.
You just... Jesus Christ.
Would I be cheeky to ask if it takes additional damage from Radiant?
That would be quite cheeky, yes.
But is she wrong though? It does take extra damage from Radiant.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It's always worth checking.
Yeah, it is worth checking. But, all that being said, it once again moves over to Grigori's turn.
All right. Since everybody is standing around it, I will as well, and I will pull out my dagger. First, I'll move closer to the rabbit, next to Grace and Machine.
You can't just shoot at it. It's not like we expect you to be brave.
Are you using the special dagger?
Never mind. If that's the case, then do it.
I'm gonna use the special dagger.
Oh, dear Lord. And before some special fucking effect happens and you turn this thing into just a demon thing.
Do I have from this point sneak attack damage?
Assuming you manage to land the hit, yes, you would have sneak attack.
All right then.
Oh dear fucking Lord.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
That's a hit. And that's a big hurt too. So, as you take the dagger, you plunge it into the side of the rabbit, and as you do, you see as the rabbit's attention is briefly drawn away from Grace and is instead directed straight into your eyes, Grigori. And you see as you go forth to plunge the dagger into its side and manage to successfully do so, striking true with the blade, you see as its gaze merely remains fixated on you, not even flinching, despite you driving this blade into its side.
That is one bitter bunny.
Mm-hmm.
It is quite bitter.
Move out of the way. Fast.
I don't think the word is bitter, but instead salty.
Yes, but bitter has the same beginning letter as bunny. And I can't salty squirrel maybe, but it's not the same.
Okay.
But it was originally intended to be a squirrel.
Well, we're lucky I didn't find any wolf now, aren't we?
That is a good point. Yes.
So we move on to the Werehur's turn.
Ho. I still have some things to do.
Oh, you have things to do. Excellent.
Yeah. I have a cunting action.
Yes.
A what action?
Cunting. He is an elf after all.
And a rogue.
Yeah, but that's it comes with being an elf. You're good at stabbing people in the back. Not much else.
Uh-huh.
But it is focused on you, so I don't think you're going to be able to hide.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna give I'm gonna give Trick Master of Tactics, so that he has a bosun advantage on his first attack next round.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from that, I'm gonna disengage, and I believe I have one.
You can't disengage. You've already used your bonus action in order to provide that bonus to Trick.
Oh wait, that's a bonus. And wait,
Mhm.
no.
Starting at 3rd level, you can use the help action as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Yes, and the cunning action is an extra one, right?
No. In order to make use of your cunning action allows you to make various things which would usually require a full action instead as a bonus action. Using Master of Tactics is mutually exclusive with your cunning action, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I just remain here.
All right. So, are you sure that's the end of your turn?
Yeah, I mean, if I already used the Master of Intrigue, I can't really use cunning action anymore.
True. Right then. As you drive the dagger into the body of this rabbit, you see that it begins to stare at you. You see as the light in its eyes begins to slowly dim as it opens its mouth, and you see the same light that you saw shining out of its eyes begins to appear in its mouth instead, growing brighter and brighter and brighter until it looks like you are peering into a star. I would like everybody to give me dexterity saving throws, please.
Let me just pull up the stats of the wolf.
Do I get advantage?
Oh, no. Everybody except for Chase, actually.
Why?
Because this is a cone attack, and the cone is directed at everybody but you.
Oh, lovely.
And this rabbit's got laser eyes.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
You're all fucked, aren't you?
Some of them might be.
Oh no.
Let's see. Kiki manages to save. And now to roll the damage.
I'm glad I managed to save with my +1.
So, as the growing light inside of this warehouse maw begins to become ever more bright and blindingly powerful. Suddenly, the light rapidly recedes and seems to fly down its gullet. However, its mouth remains open for a second. And then suddenly, a bright fan of flames, burning bright white, begins to fire out in a 90-degree cone, impacting the robot and everybody in a 90-degree cone. This attack has a 60-foot range, which I'm pretty sure encompasses everybody but Chase.
We need to do more of these rabbits and use them as flamethrowers.
This deals 8d8 fire damage. Kiki, you take half. Anybody with resistance to fire damage takes half.
Do I have resistance?
You, as a rogue, automatically take half, as this was a dexterity saving throw. Because rogues get, I believe they have that cunning dodge, or whatever it's called.
That is a lot.
If I'm taking 40 damage,
Okay.
I'm down. I've only got 21 in total. So
Have I just gotten one shot?
What's your maximum HP?
Well, 21.
Well, you yeah, that's not terribly good, is it?
yeah, no, I'm in the same situation. I am also at 21, and I'm now fucked.
My robot as well, by the way.
I believe your robot should have resistance to fire damage.
Doesn't have any resistances to damage.
That's silly. I'm giving it resistance to fire damage.
Okay.
It's literally a robot, the core of which is a firestone. It should have resistance to fire damage.
All right. Well, if the DM says so.
Marsh, why did you put me as a barrel again? I don't deserve this.
I'm sorry, but the picture of Bruce, I can't help but think that he's very drunk and propping himself up with my sword.
Oh.
So, Tommy.
Yep.
Who has gone down?
I have 3
Me?
HP left.
I know that Bruce and Gunnar are both down. You took 20 hit points of worth of damage there. Are you down too, Theo?
No, I have 3 left.
Okay. And what about you, Kiki? How much health do you have left?
I'm fine. I've got 16 left, but do I need to make a what's it called? Thingy save for my concentration spell?
You do need to make Constitution saving throw, yes.
Which is just a Constitution saving, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that is not the 20 that would be required to save against that attack.
That is fine.
And is the robot up or down with its fire resistance?
I think it actually is.
Well, what's its total health?
22. So yeah, it's up with 2 health.
Right. So, that, I'm sure you'll be pleased to hear, is the end of the Werehurst turn.
What?
Yes.
We are alive. Thank God.
Some of you.
So, with that said, it moves on to Gunnar's turn. Gunnar, make me a death saving throw, please.
Right.
Take the one.
All right, you pass your death saving throw. So go ahead and mark off on your character sheet that you have passed 1 death saving throw.
Okay.
Now we move over to CD's turn. Go ahead and do your thing.
So the were-rabbit is dead.
Can my robot still just do its turn?
Do I need to do a death saving throw as well?
Not until it gets to your turn, but yes,
yeah.
Marsh, you do raise a good point. It is your robot's time to take actions.
All right.
Yes, I do believe it shall. Just. I can either repair it or attack, but I think I'll just. I think we should just invest in just beating the crap out of this thing before we all die. So I'll attack.
That is a hit. Just hits. Once again, the defender manages to land a solid hit and takes a decent chunk out of its health. By the way, a quick update. At this point, the Werehurst is not in good condition.
Wait, just 1 second. The robot should have another attack.
Why?
Because I'm flanking it with him.
It gets advantage, but it doesn't get another attack.
Yeah, he should just roll it again. Maybe he'd get a 20 and plus
Yeah,
damage.
you know what? Sure. Roll it again. See if you roll on that 20.
Yeah.
You literally don't lose anything.
That is not a nat 20. So,
yeah.
We move on to CD's turn.
Alright, since that thing is still up, I... attack
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Roll damage. What's my damage again?
I'll preemptively roll the strength saving throw to see if it manages to resist. And with a 15, it does.
2d4 plus 2. All right. Nice.
Rolling a whopping 10 damage, you see as CD in his wolf form steps forward, takes the entire were-rabbit's head that at this point seems to still be transfixed on Theo, and just begins rapidly picking it up and slamming it around like it's a chew toy before the creature finally begins to respond and actually shakes itself out from your ongoing onslaught. You have a bonus action?
I have a bonus action, but I can't do anything with it, can I?
I don't think you can, no.
No.
In which case, we move on to Bruce Reed's turn, in which you roll a... go ahead and give me a death saving throw there, Trick.
And you have advantage.
A death saving throw. Where the hell do I roll a death saving throw from?
It's underneath that. It's written as death saves underneath successes and failures, underneath temporary hit points. Oh no!
With a 7, you fail your death saving throw. So go ahead and mark off that you have. Go ahead and mark off on your character sheet 1 failed death saving throw.
Does this still count as advantage?
This is a good question.
Advantage for what?
With my help action that I gave him.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it does.
In that case, I shall roll.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense that it does. Yeah, sure. And in that case, yes. Go ahead and mark yourself off with a succeeded saving throw.
Oh, just that.
Well, good.
Thank you.
Does a temporary temporary hit points restore people from 0?
Temporary hit points don't, but regular healing absolutely does.
Just double checking.
So, Bruce, with the end of your turn, we move on to Grace.
Right. I am going to... Can I pick up this dwarf?
You can, but before you do, let me just describe to you the state of the rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
It is missing its lower half.
The hair is?
Yes.
So it's dead.
Yeah, but...
It is so close to death. Like, it has 2 hit points.
Right, I'm going to sidestep over here. And then I'm going to make a swing at this here rabbit.
Good thing we have a... Good thing she still has a guiding strike as well.
It is a good thing, because that misses.
Yeah, I'm going to use it. Oh no!
Oh shit!
Oh,
your
come
guiding
on.
strike isn't advantage. Your guiding
oh god, yeah. Sorry.
Hit.
Yeah, that's this one here. Gods, I'm an idiot. Yes, 24.
How do you finish off the rabbit? Go ahead and describe in exquisite detail how you exact glorious vengeance against this entity.
I shall bring my sword down into the ground, and then with an upward swing from through the dirt, bring this glowing saber up through the rabbit's torso and skull, and cleave its head in twain as I throw my blade back into its... sheath.
You're just going to yeet it up into the air.
Guided by the divine hand that Grace worships. You see as she drives the sword into the front of the rabbit before stepping over it And then, in the same movement as she moves across to its opposite side, you see as she swings the blade up, cleaving it upwards vertically and chopping it clean in half, thus launching the two remaining sections of the werehair spiraling through the air, spurting blood as they go like a pair of Catherine wheels. Finishing off this maneuver, you see as Grace, without even so much as looking at her defeated foe, flourishes the blade before sheathing it on her back in one fell swoop.
Now, does this end initiative?
Yes, it does.
I would like to move over to Marsh
Wait,
and
before you want? Could you check for evil?
I mean, you guys are dying. First things first, I'm giving you 8 hit points.
I'm doing the same.
Check for evil. Please check for evil.
We're checking for evil, don't we?
Yeah, might as well just do that first. I think we can make it.
I would say, Grace, you can, as you're walking over to restore some hit points to either of your fallen companions, you can just do a quick flash of your divine sense.
I will knock one off. There we go. Divine sense. Hit it.
All right. As you make your way over to your fallen companion of choice, you flash your divine sense, and you can feel the distinct odor of evil. It smells like some horrid entity has made its way through this area and taken a great fat shit right in front of you. Fortunately for you, this evil appears to have been smited as you can detect the source seemingly drifting off at speed off into the distance.
Oh, I thought you meant Chase.
So did I. Right. So first things first, I would like to pick the dwarf up and place him back on his feet, at the same time giving him a hit point from my lay on hands.
All right. Marsh, you suddenly rise to consciousness, and as you do so, you feel as though you have just been partially incinerated. But at the same time, you find yourself standing and facing a much taller woman directly in front of you.
We've got other people that need attention. You heal. See to
it. I'd like to cast the same thing, but on Groose.
Okay, so you're going to Cure Wounds on Goose?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier. So, what is your wisdom, Chase?
It's 18, so I think it's 4.
That's correct, that's a +4. So go ahead and roll a 1d8 and then add 4 to determine how many hit points you give to Goose. Goose, you suddenly find yourself being fondled by Chase as you rouse from your slumber and well, you're lying there, and the last thing you remember is seeing a bright white light.
Yeah. And I'm a little bit singed and smoky.
Yes.
And I've now got 8 hit points, which is awesome.
it. It is a very good job.
I'm not molesting him. I slapped him in the face with the +8.
I was going to say it's a very good job that flask was not filled with vodka.
Yes. It's not cracked open, it's fine. Right.
I'm sorry, Mash. I've only given Gunnar 1 hit point.
That is a bit mean, I must say.
He's not dying. He can take care of himself.
Why can't I turn my guy the right way up? He is still upside down. No,
well, I guess I can cast heal on myself. Since I'm conscious, I guess I can cast heal on myself twice.
Exactly. You don't do things for people. You give them the means to do them for themselves.
There we go. An extra 12 health.
All right. So you see as Gunnar touches himself and suddenly regains vitality. What do the rest of you do, having survived an encounter with what can best be described as the Rabbit of Monty Python?
Oh no. From what you said earlier, when she detected evil, does that mean that it's still alive?
Hold on. Right, this magic rabbit.
We're burning it.
No. Are rabbits' feet? Good luck. Are there any? Can we harvest this rabbit for any useful components?
We are burning it.
I'm going to say make a history check there, Bruce.
Make a history check. I will.
I'll help him with it. Can I help him?
Sure, I'll say you can help.
Ooh.
Why would you want to carry a symbol of evil with you?
We are burning it. I'm picking up stuff. I'm not even discussing this.
You begin to say, "Oh, this is it's time for a lucky rabbit's foot," but you do see as Grigori immediately points out to you that that's a hare, but do with that knowledge as you wish.
Okay.
It only down 2 of us. That must be lucky, right?
Yeah.
I am. You're already seeing me taking the rabbit stuff, putting it and going straight to the campfire we were having.
I mean, surely you should eat its heart. That gives you its power, right?
I stare directly at Bruce.
Just so that everybody is aware, I am bringing an end to the session relatively soon.
Okay.
So we need to wrap things up so that I can go and join Yiz on her stream.
Fair enough.
Sure.
No eating the rabbit.
rabbit.
Yeah, let's burn the rabbit then. Fine.
I'm burning it.
I don't think there's much point. It was possessed by something.
Ginger,
Could have had
I
its
used
teeth.
1 arrow. Can I just pick it up?
Go ahead and roll me a 1d2. If you get a 2, you retrieve it. Unfortunately, you lose the arrow.
All right then.
So,
other than that, can we discern that the entity is still out there, or is it completely gone?
And capable of sending rabbits at us?
It did seem to be moving away, but alive, right?
Grace, when you finished dispatching the physical form of the werher, you did detect via your divine sense a distinct odor of noxious evil rapidly moving away from your position.
Yeah. And I'm presuming that was something itself and not a chunk of rabbit.
Yes.
Do I have to roll something to make sure that I'm burning every single piece of rabbit?
No. I'd say if you spend enough time doing a very thorough search, you can gather all the various bits of hair up into one pile and thoroughly incinerate it with various cantrips.
I'll help him.
Whatever corrupted this creature is still out there. It's retreated for now, but expect to see more.
If you want to, sort of destroy it in a large pot with some vegetables, a couple of onions, bit of potato,
some questionable shavings.
Bruce, look at me. Bruce, look at me. Yeah. I don't follow a lot of teachings from my druidic old days. I eat meat. I'm not a good druid. I don't like nature. I trick animals. I abuse everything, and I do some bad stuff using them. But there's one thing I still follow till this bloody day, because it's still true every single time. You don't deal with cursed shit.
Don't eat the were rabbits.
You don't touch it. You don't eat them. You don't fuck them. You don't even play with them.
How about with cheese? Does we give the were-rabbit cheese?
I'm going to take I'm going to take the health that I just gave you.
Hey, CD, isn't this the rabbit that you paid food and then started stealing its food plus extra when it didn't look?
What are you sneaking up on me?
Yeah, you wouldn't know that, Grigori.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh.
But I would, out of character, blame Chase for the rabbit attacking us.
Yeah, what's happened here is Chase has scammed the rabbit and it's come back angry.
Entirely possible.
Entirely possible.
Unless anybody has any objections, I would like to call a wrap to this session.
All right, I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do get peckish sometimes. A wrap is preferable to a sandwich.
Wrap is a sandwich.
Especially when it's filled with possessed her.
Can you describe, or can you count the time between two streams as a sandwich?
There is no bread involved, but I suppose.
Carl, where's?
No, you can't.
Anyway,
with that added call to autism, I would like to thank everybody listening to our little game here for popping in and giving it a watch, and wish everybody a good night.
Good night.
It was very fun again.
Thank you very much,
thank you
everyone.
everyone for watching.
And thanks,
It was
Ginge, for
nice.
running it.